Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our fourth episode of Phoenix by Night. We're bringing you another wonderful episode with a lot of talented performers here. I am super excited for this because this is the fourth out of fifth episode, and there's a lot of awesome things that are going to happen. So before we actually get started with the episode, let's go ahead and go around the room to have everyone introduce themselves, and they're required to give it, use all of their chest, all of their gusto to tell everyone how amazing they are. Otherwise, they'll immediately get extra hunger or extra chaos or whatever. And yeah, so do a good job. And starting off, let's go with Ben.
Full chest, man.
Okay.
Come on.
I was like, do I yell in the mic and blow up my mic? So I'm Benjamin, known as Mountain Taker. I'm in chat right now on Twitch. Work for Wounded Warrior Project, so you might see a logo fly because this is the hoodie I'm wearing right now. I help vets. I am one, and I get paid to take care of my brothers and sisters, make sure they're all squared away. So that's what I do. It's pretty awesome. You can find me on most socials, either as Mountain Taker or as Watkins Benjamin, because in the military, it tells your last name first. And so that's me. I'll be playing Na tonight. He is a hacker. He's been around since World War II. He was friends with Alan Turing. If you don't know who he is, look him up. He's amazing. He was turned by Uncle Smelly, who is the creator of ShrekNet, which came to naught in 2004. This is just throwing in some vampire lore for you. So that is me tonight, doing a kind of Mr. Robot, Silent Bob type of action tonight.
Perfect. And then going over to our wonderful, amazing, beautiful Coral.
Hello, friends. My name is Coral Reefer, also known as Queer Venture Time. You can find me on the Twitches at Queer Venture Time. I'm also going to be in that chat as Queer Venture Time. And then I am going to be on the Twitters. Oh, right. I had a joke about my boobs and full chest, but I missed it. The moment's gone now. But I'm on Twitter as Q Venture Time because Queer Venture Time is too many characters. You can find me on the Twitters yelling about politics all the fucking time. You can find me on the Twitches also yelling about politics most of the time. And then playing a bunch of different games. We are playing Okami. We're playing For the King. We're playing Slime Rancher, which is way more fun than I expected it to be. And every Monday night we have Queer Venture Time, the Queer Venture, which is our own D&D campaign. And that's all the breath in my chest. There we go.
Perfect. And then going over to the King of West Virginia, Mr. Ronan Fox.
I love that title so much.
Do not let him have that.
No, it's a title. It's a thing.
I can only be supportive. Yeah. That's all I can do.
Hey, I'm Ronan Fox. You can find me at Ronan Fox without an E, Fawks. I'll be in chat with the same name. I am a Twitch streamer. I talk about all kinds of things on my Twitch. Politics, religion, my own mental illness, all that sort of stuff. So we discuss everything and then we play games. It's my own sort of form of escapism, so that I let other people participate in. I'm also a writer working on my book. That'll be out at some point. I have a couple of campaigns coming up, starting in August and September, one of which is on TIO, wherever he is. I'm an amazing husband and father, and I am incredibly good looking. So that's my full chest.
Perfect. We're here for it. Done. Good job. And then going over to the Tech King himself, Zoram.
Yo, what's poppin'? They call me Zoram because that's what it says on my birth certificate. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Zimmerka510. I do a whole lot of, fun, entertaining stuff. I'm here and there, and I'm just looking for work. If you have some money and you want to throw it at me, I'll pick it up. And yeah, let's have some fun. Passing it down back to D'Angelo.
Nice. We love it. And then, okay, perfect. And then Rising Valkyrie, all the way from the UK.
Hello. I'm Jess. You can find me on Instagram at Rising Valkyrie. You can also find me on Twitter now at Rising Valkyrie Jace. Thanks to D'Angelo. Yeah, I'm just chilling, be on some streams here and there on a series on the Initiative Order every other Sunday. Second episode this Sunday for Evermore Tales, the Samurai and the Dragon, or the other way around. Not quite sure. But yeah, just here having fun with my lovely, lovely friends here. Yeah, that's about it.
Nice. Perfect. And then the queen of the Initiative Order, Brianna.
I am not deserving of that title, but thank you so much. Hi everyone.
take it.
I am. It's now Ronan. Ronan is the queen of the
Thank you.
Initiative Order. I'm never gonna live that down or regret that now, I'm sure. But my name is Brianna Flame. You can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at Brianna Flame because it's my name and I'm really creative. But I am a game master, channel organizer over at the Initiative Order. I do tabletop streaming there. I will be having a game actually. Sorry, I'm plugging that. Next Saturday, actually going on the channel of Bison. It's a one shot of a Nordic horror themed game from Free League Publishing. So really excited about that. But aside from that, I'm also a cast member on Second Star to the Right. You can find it here on Second Star Show on Twitch. It's a Neverland 5e setting game. It's every other Friday. So we just had a show last night. So catch us in 2 weeks. I promise it's a really fun time. I am also an ambassador for Jasper's Game Day. If you haven't heard of Jasper's Game Day, it's a phenomenal nonprofit organization dedicated to bringing awareness and prevention of suicide through tabletop gaming and community. But I am so excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me, D'Angelo. And I'm just like really stoked. So thank you.
Of course. Yeah. I'm so glad I have so many people that are willing to like play in these events. I'm like so hyped. I was like, does anyone want to be a vampire? And everyone's like, yes. So it's like super, super good.
Hey,
I love it.
Hey, D'Angelo.
Uh-huh.
I have a secret for you.
What?
The reason all of these people want to play is because you're cool.
Yeah, please.
The coolest.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Cooler than Ronan. So much.
Well, there's a line there
yeah,
somewhere,
I
but
would
we'll
agree.
find it. We'll find it. It's fine.
At least at Apex, yes, but like everything else.
Sure. No, 100%.
Okay, and then going over to our main actress of this show, Taryn Hackett. Please tell us how amazing you are and who our sponsor is for tonight.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, no, I don't want to tell you how awesome I am. But, yeah, no. Hi, Taryn Hackett, a.k.a. Valrook. It's because it was my WoW character when I was 18. Anyways, so that stuck. I'm a TTRPG streamer, creative human, and a dice maker. I am the creator behind Umbral Oculus Dice. And if you want to follow those dice adventures, you can follow me at UO_dice. If you want to follow me just as a creator and a nerdy cosplay TTRPG streamer person, follow me at Valrook on the Instagram. And yes, I do have a Twitter under that, but I don't do anything with it. And I'm sorry, D'Angelo. I'm gonna grow up one day, I promise. Twitter scares me.
Embrace it.
I don't want to. Which sums up Susie. No, every Monday I am on the Initiative Order in Vault, our Fallout themed TTRPG series, as I play a Miss Peggy Sue James and get to let my real accent out, which I will stuff back immediately afterwards. In August, I have a show starting up on the Initiative Order, known as Far Realms, and we'll be getting more information out on that soon. And if you want more information out on that, pay attention and follow the Initiative Order and myself. Also, starting in August, we have some one-shots, and then starting officially in September for a Mr. DM screening, we have a D&D campaign starting, and we can start talking about it, because I get to play a Hexblood Druid, y'all. Yes, I'm doing it, playing a witchy druid, because, I mean, witches aren't cool. But yeah, so be paying
For the next
attention
couple
to
hours.
for the next couple of hours, which is but yeah, so doing all of those things, and I think that's everything. But tonight I will be giving away a D20 to support this beautiful stream led by this amazing human who does good things.
Yes. So our sponsor for tonight is Umbral Oculus. You can find them on Instagram. Check out their stuff. It's amazing. Taryn, are you still doing the micro sale, or is it it all sold out?
There are 2 sets still left in my shop. So
Perfect. If you...
yeah, 2 sets, and then after that, I'm building for a big batch sale, probably end of the month, start of next month, where I'll have many more, and a lot of them are druid and witchy themed because But yeah.
Perfect. So definitely check it out, Taryn. If you could link Umbra Oculus in like chat, that way they can like follow it and everything. Also, your mic is slightly crackling, so it might be the wire that's loose or
Yeah, I'll
something. So
check.
just just check it out. I will mute you while that's happening. So yes, all right. So this is Phoenix by Night. My name is D'Angelo Murillo. I put together a lot of tabletop RPG events to help fellow content creators and performers, charities, and whatnot, and also to fight for more inclusion and diversity in our tabletop RPG community and geek community and everything. I do a lot of stuff, and I always try my best to help out wherever I can. And this is one example of this, called Phoenix by Night, which is the Vampire the Masquerade comedy miniseries. This is 4 of 5 episodes that we're currently doing. Every episode has a huge like cast of awesome, talented performers and everything. And one unique feature about this event is that if you scroll down, if you're on desktop, and if you're not on desktop, I can always link all the options in there. But there is a tip menu, meaning that with your money you can actually go ahead and tip the cast and influence the game at the same time. What will happen is at the end of the night we will pull together all of the tips that we earned tonight and then be able to divide it evenly amongst the cast. That way they can go home with something. Now normally, even if it's just $1, normally tabletop RPG performers will perform for hours upon hours and come like home with like nothing. Great experience, which is awesome, but you can't pay your bills or eat with great experiences. So if you have any money to spare, if you're enjoying the show, if you want to influence the game or whatever to help or hurt the homies, you can absolutely do so by just clicking on the tip menu, and you can send your donation through and everything like that. And so for Phoenix by Night, the recap last time on Phoenix by Night. Our main character is Susie McLeod, who is a recently embraced vampire. Now, she is a young woman and a cosplayer who's bitter and frustrated because her best friend in the whole entire world, who would never ever betray her trust, Evie, betrayed her trust and broke her heart into a million little pieces at last year's Phoenix Comic-Con. And when she got kicked out of the cosplay group, and Evie and her cosplay homies swept the awards, almost all of them they were able to get. So this year, Susie said that she was going to make the greatest cosplay ever. What is it? Is it a Full Metal Alchemist cosplay?
Originally it was gonna be FMA, but somehow it turned into she's definitely trying to do Alucard from Castlevania.
That's right. Okay, perfect. So, as Alucard from Castlevania, and she's putting her heart and soul into this cosplay, and she is almost there. It's 1 week before Phoenix Comic-Con, and she is stressed out. She's gone through hell and back as she's been hassled by necromancers and local vampire like politicians, and also like a local anarchy, a group of vampires. So needless to say, she's at her wit's end. Now, Taryn, aka Susie, what I'm gonna have you do is I'm gonna have you roll for a rouse check. Just 1d10, and if you get a 6 or above, you succeed. And this is essentially for your hunger for this day, to see if you go from 1 hunger to 2, because those are you gonna roll it? Okay, because those synthetic blood bottles of beer aren't really cutting it anymore. You got 3? Oh, you got a 3? Okay, you fail. So you now have 2 hunger instead of just 1 hunger. So you're feeling peckish. You're feeling kind of so pretty hungry, like you could feed, which doesn't really help out because you've actually gotten, since you lost your job at Claire's, from like walking out, writing that letter and everything like that, you found out that you actually do need income. So you got another job as an assistant manager at Dippin' Dots, as still in the mall. Like you can see Claire's within your eye shot and everything, as you're serving ice cream and other like dessert sort of assortments. Right in front of you right now is actually a family with a like screaming child who is just like asking for every flavor, every single ice cream in the world, and is just giving you a ton of hassle as you're there in your uniform, and which clashes with your makeup aesthetic and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, so how would you like to handle the situation?
So she's doing the very like typical like mall employee dealing with a kid thing, and it just looks pissed off. Every time the parents look at her, she's like smiling. The moment the parents look away, she's like glaring at this child. In her head, she is thinking of like dunking this child in the into the dry ice to just like freeze it. Like it's one of those like horrible I hate my job fantasies of like I'm just gonna throw this person through the wall, but instead uh yeah, so that's where she's at. She's trying to be polite, and just kind of keeps obliging and like letting them try the flavors like she's supposed to do, because she doesn't want to have to find another job because she can't get her dream job at Hot Topic.
As it's also right in your eyesight, as less qualified people than you are working there, and they're making everything a huge mess. They don't even know the anime that's on the walls. They don't know the bands that are on the walls or anything. So that definitely frustrates you. Go ahead and give me a composure plus etiquette roll to see if you can keep yourself together in this moment that this child, this small 3-year-old child, is like screaming for more ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
And in the background, Zoram, you are walking up to this Dippin' Dots, and you like have the picture of Susie, and you look over, and you like, it's kind of hard to tell because you didn't imagine her to be in a Dippin' Dots uniform, but you do notice that it is definitely her. What did you get?
What's the difficulty?
3.
Well, the most dice I can roll anyways is a 2, because I have none in etiquette, because that is not Susie's thing. And I rolled a bestial failure, so I don't think
All right. This is perfect. So in what way does your just very slightly your vampiric nature comes out in front of the small child? Now the parents are like talking about something, engaged in their conversation, talking about like, you know, the 5th season of Firefly and everything, and while the kid is like looking at you like dead on in the eyes. And what happens to you?
Her eyes kind of like flash over red, and her fangs like bare, and she just like hisses at this kid like 100%, like absolutely, like knowing that nobody's watching, is just like vamp just like at him, like trying to scare him, because that's where Susie's at. That's where Susie's at, just hissing at 3-year-olds.
So you do so as you catch yourself, like it comes out slightly, and then you immediately backtrack it as you see the child's eyes grow extremely wide. Its lip quivers, and then you see that in the middle of its like pants, a pool of like urine appears as it just goes dead silent as it backs up into its parent. And then they're like, "What do you want, sweetie?" And it's like, "Oh my god, you peed yourself!" And like, "Oh come on, we gotta go." As they pick up their kid, and the kid just like looks at you dead on and cannot avert its gaze. As you even look at your like silver sort of like ice cream scooper or what have you, or whatever utensils, and it's crushed, and there's a literal like indentation of your fingertips in there. Zoram, you definitely witnessed this, and you are like walking up to her. Do either of you guys have sense the unseen at all, or heightened senses or anything? You do sense the unseen?
Yeah.
Perfect. So you do notice a blur of sort of motion in the distance, and you can kind of tell that there was a Nosferatu like in the vicinity that kind of just like leaves this sort of area and does its own thing. Anyways, no real reason to mention that. Zoram?
Zoram is a bit disappointed in Susie's, actions toward this kid, because it's just a kid. And I want to roll. Can I roll like an awareness roll, something of that sort?
Sure, go for it. You can do I believe it's gonna be like
Investigate.
You can do wits and awareness.
Wits and awareness. Yeah, I got heck of wits. I got wits for days. All right, so I'm gonna roll my 10. Roll my 10 and tell me when to go. I rolled an 8 plus my 4 wits. What am I looking at?
Oh, sorry. So you're gonna take the black dots for wits, and you're gonna take the black dots for awareness, add them together, and that's the amount of d10s you're gonna roll. And if you get a 6 or above, that's a success. And for this, are you trying to identify what's like sort of in the area, or just notice the surroundings or anything like that?
Yeah, I want to dig into whatever Susie saw earlier.
Okay, perfect. So what we're going to say is that because you obviously saw her breach the masquerade, showcasing her vampiric nature, when she's not supposed to do so, we're going to say you're actually looking to see if anyone else saw that in the area, because it's like lightly populated with about, maybe 12, 15 people.
Okay.
So go and roll it.
All right. So I have four wits and 2 awareness.
Okay, so 6 die total. Yeah, or dice.
So 10, 3. And I think this is the last one. I rolled right, correct?
And how many? Yeah, and how many of those dice were above 6 or 6 or above?
4 of them were 6 and above.
Or- Yep, you absolutely succeed. As you look around and notice that child was the only one that saw this, and everyone else was occupied on their phones and like talking about the season finale of Firefly that just happened, and they're like freaking out about it and everything. So, and yeah, so you are approaching Susie. As Susie, you look a little bit embarrassed as there's no customers at the time, like right now. As like the smell of urine is quite potent, and everyone's kind of like backed away a little bit as the janitors are like coming to like clean up.
Backing away into my little Dippin' Dots hut, and kind of like just putting the broken scoop like in the trash quietly so that nobody sees it, including my new manager, who doesn't need to fire me yet.
It is your first day as well.
Yeah. Do I see? Do I notice that there's another vampire present apart from the one that I sensed?
You do notice Zoram is approaching. Zoram, what do you look like? Can you give us a physical description?
Yeah, I'm thin, slick. I'm beautiful, but I'm not the most buffy looking individual. Pretty scrawny actually compared to many of the other vampires. And yeah, I got long hair and I have a hat. Heck yeah.
Perfect. So you do approach. Now you know, Zoram, that you were sent here under Stormbringer's orders to bodyguard Susie. Now, whether you want to like yeah, and you kind of like have to tell her that way she's aware of why you're hanging around her and everything, because Susie, you're a little frazzled because you've dealt with like demons, changelings, necromancers, other vampires and everything like that, and you have no idea what supernatural being could Zoram be, but he seems very confident in his approach.
Yeah, so with that, she's like slowly ducking down behind the Dippin' Dots counter. Like just doing the like melting like.
And so I order. I'm like, hey, I would like a mint chocolate chip milkshake, and I want you to know that I saw what you did, and by the way, I let it pass. I am your bodyguard. And yeah, I'm here for you. What's the move? With whipped cream, please.
But you can't eat that; it'll make you sick. So you're lying, and you're here to kill me.
No.
You're right. He pulls out a gun. I'm just kidding.
I don't have a gun. I have a camera. And no. I mean, I bring out whatever proof Stormbringer gave to me. Maybe it was like I have a letter of a contract saying I'm here for you and I'm here to protect you. And
if you want to, you can always like pull out your cell phone and there's a text message from Stormbringer, whatever proof you feel is needed to appease Susie. Yeah.
I whip out my my iPhone 4. I am illiterate, so I ask her for help, and I'm like, hey, yo, Susie, can you look for Stormbringer's message? It just said something about bodyguard and guarding the body and Susie. So
takes it like behind the counter. And then like slowly comes up with phone in hand. Like, okay.
And you do see it. Yeah, it's definitely Stormbringer's text message to him saying like, Zoram, can you please report to Metro Center Mall? You'll find an orange-haired, recently turned vampire.
I have the phone.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I take out my phone.
Okay.
And I enter in Stormbringer's number into my phone.
You now have access to text Stormbringer whenever you want to.
And I hand back the phone, and then I immediately text Stormbringer saying, why did you push me out of the car? And I put that back in my phone, and then I'm not going to look at it for days because anxiety. I don't really want to know, but I wanted to know, so I took that away.
Before you can put it away, you immediately say like read at, and then the time of like the thing. Immediately read it, and then the 3 dots are like typing as you're like as you put it like put it away.
Just turn the phone off, put it away, like so that I don't acknowledge it.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay, so well, I get off in like 10 minutes. I didn't mean to make the kid pee. He totally started it. I'll do better.
Thank you. I'll be here to hold you accountable. Hell yeah.
Great.
All right. So a couple things, Zoram. Now you know that you're a part of the Anarchy, which are being blood hunted right now. Now you are a part of Stormbringer's crew, so that information must not leak. You can't let anyone else know about this because Susie's a part of this sort of organization loosely because she was turned by Stormbringer. But everyone else you have to assume is with the Camarilla, who are like the vampire government, who are like hunting you. So you got to just yeah, just be as cautious as possible, which is a good thing for me to tell you because you finish up your shift, you count all the register and everything like that, you leave it in the lockbox for the manager to like find and everything, and you just set everything, you break everything down, and you head out to your car, being followed by Zoram, like as he's in tow. Where as you exit the mall with various like loosely other people in a very empty sort of parking lot, you do notice that there is one individual that Otis, could you please describe your physical description?
Sure. He is 5'6" and weighs probably 250, and he's wearing a suit that is not the best fit, and it's kind of like lax and ties a little loose. And if you were paying super close attention, you will notice that the buttons are on the wrong side for a male jacket, and the pants have no pockets.
Perfect. So, what would you be doing at this time? Would you be leaning against your car, inside of your car, or anything? You definitely got like an iPad that showcases like Susie McCloud's face as a Nosferatu from the Camarilla, was like, monitoring Susie and like just vampires in general that are around to make sure they don't breach the masquerade. And there's a clear shot of her like full blown going monstrous on this little tiny kid. And yeah, so you know that you're there to shadow her and everything.
He is so Otis is sitting in the car, which is parked in the fire lane, just watching the doors and looking down at the iPad and giving himself a pep talk.
Now, you can be wherever you want to. You can be in the car with him. You can already be on the street or whatever. You know that you're there to be his assistant and to help out. And you have a feeling that you might be more competent and qualified for this job than Otis is. But still, you're his assistant. You're assistant to the regional vampire inspector.
I'm standing right behind Susie.
Okay.
Right behind.
With your sentient
Obvious-
scene, we're gonna say it's like a passive, like you feel someone watching you, but as you look around, you can't quite spot it.
Okay, so I can kind of tell there's somebody like behind me, but I don't see them like directly.
Yep, you
Um,
have heebie-jeebies, yeah.
I would like to drop because I did level up my brawl. And those self-defense classes in college did help. Thank you, Mom. I would like to drop and like sweep my leg behind me, just
Okay.
really instinctively.
Now you have narrative control, so you could be like right behind her, or you can be a few feet behind her, whatever you feel that Na would be doing right now.
Yeah. So throwing the hands up for obfuscate. Yeah, I'd probably be about just like 5-6 feet behind her.
Mhm.
So if she threw like a back fist or any type of thing, it would totally blow by me. And just watching her.
Perfect. So Zoram, you notice that like maybe you're chatting with her about something, you're looking at your phone, what have you, but you do notice that out of nowhere she's just like "Caw!" And then like and throws like a haymaker or a roundhouse kick or whatever that just catches air, and that's it. Yeah.
You good, Susie? What's going on? What's going on, Susie?
Sorry, I've had like weird people and things following me for like 2 weeks, and I don't understand what life is anymore. As she's like starting to cry, and she definitely just starts rapidly walking to her recently recovered Pontiac vibe. That now, the one side like absolutely like the driver's side door is like also now crunched, as in like it's barely driving. Like the front is crunched, but just enough to where it technically still drives, but we can't go over 35 in it really. So now instead of being able to crawl through the passenger side, she's literally opening up like the back of the hatchback and just crawling over the folded down seats to the front. She's just that's where we're going, is that's the picture of what is left of her broke ass car.
But
But
weirdly
she's
enough,
rapidly
after
walking.
the accident, the AC works now and the radio. So
That's nice.
So we're
Okay.
comfortable and we're
Exactly.
vibing.
Yeah.
So especially in Arizona. So you guys are walking essentially to her car. Otis, you're parked like sort of in the fire lane near her. Nah, you're also in the presence. And Otis, you can kind of know that Nah is in the area. You can't quite spot him unless you have Sense the Unseen. And like you could have. Okay, yeah. Then yeah, if you want to, you can go and introduce yourself and what have you, because you're. It's a part of your job to formally introduce yourself and let her know that she's being monitored actively. If she breaches the masquerade in front of you, then there will be consequences. Yeah.
Okay. So I will hop out of my car and run over to her and say, "Excuse me, are you Susie?"
No.
As you see
We're-
blood like kind of smeared.
Yeah.
I
I have a
intervene.
little something.
Who's asking?
Oh,
That-
yeah. My name is Otis Redfield, and I'll hold up like a little badge and say that I'm with the VDA, and I was here to talk to Susie.
Why?
Well, it's our understanding that you are, up to no good, and you possibly maybe, breached the masquerade. And so I've been
Nope,
sent
never
to.
heard of it.
And you-
Good.
You do have a video and a screenshot in like 4K of her like breaching the masquerade in the exact moment. If you want to show her.
Yeah, good. Like I'm not here to place blame. That's not my job. That's somebody else. But like I am sent to look at this, and I'll show.
What am I looking at?
It's you making a kid wee himself.
And you do
See
see
it?
Susie
Oh, not
McLeod
that
on her
one
name
then. It
tag.
was the other. I mean, okay, yeah, that happened today.
There are others.
No,
I was just-
there totally isn't.
See that one there?
Okay, but that guy, but that was, I felt bad and I didn't want to kill.
Don't we all? Don't we all? I feel bad scrolling through all these actually.
Okay, but that one
anyways.
wasn't my. Oh shit. Okay, but see that one, like they said they wouldn't say anything because
listen, I'm here for you, okay? Because I
also,
believe
wait,
you.
that was my Nana. That one doesn't count. Like she's.
We do a whole lineage thing. Anyway, listen, I'm here to just kind of watch you a little bit to make sure it's not like a repeat. Yeah, it is. It's kind of my job, but it's to make sure it's not like a repeating thing. I'm gonna be like your best friend for like a couple of days. It's gonna be
Hey,
great.
what's that
It's
over there? And she tries like briskly walking to her car.
As she
opening the
starts taking
hatchback.
off, I would be grabbing her shoulder. Na is standing probably about 6'6". Think of Lurch from Addams Family. Wearing
And
a
you do
hoodie.
appear, right? When you
Yes, because
Yeah,
so as she walks around, but it would be one of those like appearing out from behind the big body of Otis, and like towering above him, and then reaching his arm out.
So you do see this giant Nosferatu, and this is, I think, the first time you've seen a Nosferatu. As you see, it's a grisly image. As Na, do you want to describe your physical description?
Na has the he's got his hoodie up right now and just looks kind of face is very pocketed and looks like maybe he has like a kind of a skin disorder, like really bad acne, and there's all the scars, and he's got gloves on his hands, like I said, though, his hood is up hiding his very large ears, and very lanky. And it's one of those like extra long, like he shops at the tall store. So this hoodie like fits down to his
Right.
waist. So you've got Otis, very big and round, and Nas, very lanky and tall.
And Zoram, how would you like to react to this sort of situation?
I feel like as a bodyguard, I want to keep Susie safe, and I just want to make them leave. So I would like to use my standard power of compel, which is a one-word command.
Okay.
And yeah, and so when rolling for that, do I roll a 10 die?
Yes. So what'll happen is that you'll look for compel. It should say two things that you'll have to roll together. Is that dominate? Is that the
It's a
discipline?
dominate. Yes.
Dominate. Okay. Okay. Let me find that for you really quick. And I think you have to target one person potentially.
Susie, who do you want me to target?
She is standing there with like, I mean, now she's just like, it's one of those things where she's staring really hard at yet another mythical thing. Kind of in shock because this 6 foot whatever guy that she saw in the movies from like the 50s, like the black and whites,
And
is
SpongeBob.
standing in front of her. Yeah. You know? So she's just kind of like,
So the big dude? I could do the big dude. All right,
All
the
right.
big dude it is.
Perfect. You stare into his dreamy eyes. His face and everything might seem grisly and like, torn up, but he's got dreamy eyes. And so go ahead and take your charisma plus your dominate, and you're gonna take those dice and then roll it and see how many successes you get. And then you're gonna roll your intelligence plus resolve. If you have like unswayable mind or anything like that, you can bring that into play or whatever. But what'll happen is that whoever has the most successes is the one that wins this sort of encounter.
Oh, it's looking close, Susie. Keep your fingers crossed.
I'm looking at those dice and that's not close. Those are all failures.
That's not good.
All right, so I rolled 6 times because I have 3 dots, and I got a 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 7.
Okay, 1, 2, 4, 5. So 2 successes. No?
I have
One
3
success.
successes, 2 are critical, so a total of 6.
That's
Okay,
cheating.
that's right. So when you roll a 10 on the die, it counts as 2 successes instead of just 1. So keep that in mind. Okay, so you succeed. Like, are you good at your job, Zoram? Would you say that Zoram's good, or is he just gonna like?
Honestly, I'm not sure why I was chosen to guard this body. But I have very scrawny arms and I got a lot of brain power, not a lot of muscle power. But we're here for a good time, right, Susie?
So we're gonna say you're a lot of bark and not that much bite as you you're like, I got this, Susie, as you like stare into Na's dreamy eyes, and it does nothing to him as he just kind of like blinks a little bit. And
That's my partner. It's cool. He's a bit of a party pooper. Like, they asked me for a partner and I said nah, and that's him. That's nah. And
leave.
I don't think it's working.
yeah, like leave as you try to do Jedi mind trick, but it doesn't work.
we're
Okay.
we're not gonna leave. No.
Well, I have to go shopping.
Fun for like groceries or
No, not groceries.
clothes.
No, I need I need to go get some fabric, like from like a quilting store.
Oh, are you like a seamstress of some kind? You like make stuff for the homeless, or
don't worry about it.
No, I make. Actually, I told the bear I make cosplays stuff.
cosplays? I don't know what that
Nas
is.
like-
gonna tap on Otis's shoulder and whisper in his ear, like when I dress up as Rookshire. Like he's like whispering.
Just for Sailor Moon, remember? Like,
You're such a dork. I don't know what that is, but I have to go with you. So let's go.
Now you do notice there's 2 options for the vehicle you can choose. Number 1 is a Pontiac that looks extremely like a death hazard. Even though you guys are vampires, you're pretty sure you're gonna die if you get into that vehicle and try to drive it to wherever you guys need to go. The other vehicle is Otis's vehicle. Otis, what kind of vehicle do you drive?
He drives Ford Focus. I don't know why.
Sure, that's fine. You're good. So, and
I
you
was
look
really
over
hoping for the mom van.
Sorry, yeah.
There you go,
That was
yeah.
the first thing that come to my head.
Hey, Fiat, yeah. So, you see there's two options. One is your Pontiac that looks in abysmal condition, and the other one is this Ford Focus that looks like relatively new. And
Can we take your car? I actually kind of need gas and I don't get paid until Friday because like I just started my job and there's that really weird period where you don't get paid because of way pay periods work and stuff.
Yeah, you actually couldn't pay me to get in that car. So yeah, we can take
Can I
mine.
drive?
Absolutely not.
I'm driving. I guard.
Shotgun.
Absolutely not.
And Susie is now skipping over to Otis's car and is like pulling on the door handle.
perfect. Now,
I'm doing the
Nah,
thing where I like try to unlock it at the same time. I'm like, just give me a
Yeah,
sec.
stop
Hold
it,
on.
stop it. Yeah.
It's not opening. 100% on purpose, by the way. Yeah.
Nah, are you so powerful and supernatural that you don't even need to drive? You just like appear at the location, or do you get in the back seat with Zoram? And like,
For the sake of this, I'm going to get in the back seat, but my legs are so long, they're like up really
Yeah.
high.
you're like, Susie,
Yeah.
can you put your seat up, please? She's like, no, I need the
scoot it.
room.
Yeah, no, like exactly. Except she like the moment he's not looking, kind of like scoots it back a little further, like with the little side thing, just like bzz, like a little bit at a time.
Perfect. So you guys pile into this car and you're driving down the road. Just in case, Otis, can you give me we're gonna say dexterity and drive
Please tell me
roll?
you have drive.
You need one
Yeah.
success. And you guys are going on the highway. You're driving down to the Joanne's using Siri to guide you guys, Apple Maps and everything. And it's not that far of a distance. Now, Susie, you know that in the past few nights, you've been trying to go to various locations of Joanne's and have been just sold out of the fabric that you need. And you're hoping that this third location will have what you need. And
Got 4 successes.
oh yeah, you're driving super well, way better than anyone else in Arizona. As you see, car
I'm
accidents just happen
five-
immediately.
5 under the speed limit. 10 and 2.
And with that, Susie is like trying to sync her phone up to the Bluetooth in the car, but there's no Bluetooth in this car because it's stupid. But she's like actively complaining about it, and then like is looking for like the auxiliary port, like just like
Find the
nosing
wire.
around
Hey,
in your car.
Give me the aux.
Na's gonna reach forward, grab her phone, and all of a sudden you hear music's playing over the stereo. Hands it right back.
Did
Taylor
you
Swift
disconnect my
steals the
mom?
car.
She's
It's
gonna be
just-
so mad.
It's just J-Rock, and in case people want to know, it's the band Zorro. That is what we're listening to. So just there we go. That's just yeah. That's
Nice.
where we're going.
Very,
So-
it's very hip. I like it.
Zoram
Cool.
and Nah, you guys are in the back seat. Zoram, you kind of look. How tall are you, Zoram?
5'7".
5'7"? Okay.
Medium
so you
and
are
proud.
5'7",
Next to
and
the-
Nah is like, what were you, 6'2", 6'5"?
I'm a full foot taller than him.
Okay. As you're like hunched over in this sort of car, your knees are up to your chest as you're like, yeah, and you guys are in the back seat. Do you guys want to say anything to each other, or
Punch Marino, punch back. And I wanted to punch him, but I just poked him instead.
okay, you're like, you definitely feel like shredded muscle that is beneath that hoodie. You definitely tell he is senpai in various regards. And
And Na's gonna reach in his hoodie pocket and pull out a little mouse and hand it to him.
Thank you, but I am a blood leecher, so I cannot feed off of this, sir. If that's what your intention was.
He collects it. He's a weird. Don't worry. He's just.
He just-
nah.
perfect. So
Okay.
you guys make it over to Joanne's. It's lightly, filled parking lot, and as you pile out of this car, Nah, do you use obfuscate to kind of hide behind?
Yeah,
Or stay in the car?
Na's going to because he's just gonna walk, hoodie up, just lurch.
Okay,
behind.
perfect. So you guys get into Joanne's, you ding dong, welcome to Joanne's, how's it going? And then you walk exactly to the fabric section, and it's completely just gone. Everything's just taken, not a single scrap of fabric left. And obviously you're upset, and you guys are all standing here like 4 vampires in the fabric center or fabric section of Joanne's. And
I kick
Otis
the
just
shelf.
keeps bringing her things that clearly aren't fabric just to get that like string and shit. Like, is this? Eh?
There's like one little roll that has like half of a foot still left on it, and in her head she's like, who the does this, who leaves 1 foot of fabric on a thing? And she just takes it and is like mad and is like banging it into the floor. She needs her damn fabric. And like as he takes the string, she just takes it from him and throws it down the aisle and turns around and walks. I'm a Brujah, I gotta be mad at everything. And she just starts walking back to the counter and just like comes up and like hands on the counter. Hi, so is there like a reason you guys have no fabric anywhere at like any of your locations? Because this is kind of dumb. No offense, I know that's not your job, but I hate it.
Go ahead and do
Just
a composure
Calm
etiquette.
down. Calm down.
You need 2 successes.
We
for
saw
this
how
one.
well that went last time.
I know,
friend.
right? So Otis, you're there with your clipport and your pen, or
Yeah.
unless you have an iPad and you want to like, yeah.
Nope.
I don't want to. Why are you doing this, D'Angelo? Do you know how hard this motherfucker? Sorry,
Did you get 1?
I got none.
None?
No
Okay.
successes.
So you
Not
essentially
pieces.
fail this, as thankfully she was sort of looking away, but what vampiric breach happens this time?
Her nails kind of become a little pointy for a second, and she kind of scratches the countertop just a little bit. There's like 10 little in the countertop as she like quickly like puts her hands behind her back.
Perfect. As the this like, I was gonna say waitress, this employee of Joanne's kind of looks over right when you like put your hands back and is like, I am so sorry, but what was that? I was there. And she kind of looks at the marks and
Yeah,
goes,
it looks like somebody's been defacing your stuff. I wouldn't.
vandals. Is she goes, well, yeah, we just got a shipment yesterday and some people came in and they just swooped it all in. We've been trying to get more fabric, but all of our locations seem to be sold out. Some kind of group is just like taking all of it. I don't know what for, but it seems like it's been kind of obnoxious, honestly. As she smacks her chewing gum and looks at you and goes like,
What does the group like look like? Do they wear a bunch of like Crocs by chance?
no, actually. She goes like, they're I don't know. They come in here all kind of dressed the same. They have like their makeup's always on point. Their wings are sharp enough to kill a man, and it's like, you know, it's kind of a weird group. I want to join them, honestly. I think I saw like a flyer for it in some like over there. As there's
Is there
a
a
local
flyer?
like yeah, there's a local like board that has like, you know, different things like, do you need a seamstress for something? Do you need X, Y, and Z? And there is one for being like, is your life not fulfilling enough? You know, then go ahead and you know, call us and we'll be able to help you out that, you know, with just a little bit of witchcraft. And
So are there boss players that don't look like hot messes, or
I take the what players?
boss player?
It's a cosplayer.
Yep.
So there's this flyer.
I've heard it both ways.
No, just the one way. But look, and she's going to show them the flyer. These people. So, okay, question. And quietly is going to ask, okay, so apparently like necromancers are currently a thing, and we got like Spoopy Boy from the black and white movies exists, and my understanding is there's other stuff out there. So are witches a thing? Because they're taking all my damn fabric.
Yeah, totally.
Are you
Otis,
really?
Na, and Zoram, you absolutely know that witches are a thing, and they do not like vampires in any capacity.
Yeah, they hate us.
Yes.
Like as much as I hate they hate all of us like that.
Aw. They get off on men not like that, bro.
But I don't.
He's terrible.
understand. Why do they need all the fabric though? I don't get it. Does it have an address listed, like where to meet?
It does not. It has a phone number to call. And you do see the employee of Joanne's is kind of like, it goes over to Na and then tugs on his hoodie. You have really dreamy eyes. Here's my number. As she gives you like, it's like, call me. And then she goes back over to keep helping customers. And there is a phone number on there. Yeah.
Oh. Nah, I'll take that. You don't need that.
It's gonna like fish for it.
Otis,
Hmm.
do you want to call this phone number? Because I don't like calling people.
Probably shouldn't, but I will.
Okay.
But we should probably talk about the nail thing later.
What nail thing? That didn't happen. Here's the phone number that you should call, though. Holds it up.
So you take out your
Ooh.
Nokia phone and then you like press into it the phone number, and Evie, Ash, or Asandra, which one of you would like to do the voicemail for your Witch Coven?
Can I do it, please, guys?
Go for it. Yeah. Okay. So you dial in the number, it rings, and then it kind of clicks, and there's a voicemail for.
Hey, welcome to my voicemail. Evie, come on, quickly, leave your voicemail part. Leave your part. Ash, come on. We're all gonna have a part. Come on.
Hi, it's the voicemail. If you're listening to this right now, then it means that we couldn't pick up the phone. It doesn't mean that we don't love you. Don't worry.
Come on,
So just
Evie.
leave us a message and we'll call you back.
Bye.
Do you have that on speakerphone or just yourself?
What did it say? What did it say?
It's a Nokia. There's no speaker.
What did it say?
So then I
Otis?
didn't hear it.
Yeah. This. My name is Francisca, and my life is not fulfilling. So I went to Joanne's and found a thing. Call me
Is the
back.
line still open? Is it like leaving this message? Okay.
And I'll leave a number. Blah 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 blah.
Okay, perfect. So there is no address, and you need this fabric as soon as possible because you need days in order to work on this aspect of your cosplay. So time is definitely of the essence. And
Is there any way? Does damn it! I wish I knew. Okay, so is there by chance? Are you a bodyguard? Maybe does anybody
What you need?
know? I need to know if you guys like, cause like my cousin does this sometimes, where they like triangulate people's addresses because of their phone number and stuff. Is that something maybe you guys know how to do? Cause I need my fabric or I'm gonna die.
we're gonna go to Na first.
That's exactly what now would be like. I can do that.
Did he just
Oh,
talk?
shut
Your
up.
sidekick, as you.
Of
he make
course you
words?
can.
Does he talk?
He
No
said he
offense.
could do it, but I don't think he can. He's an idiot.
Nah, I believe in nah.
All right,
Do your
what's
thing,
up,
nah.
Salty?
So go ahead and give me an intelligence and technology or wits and technology roll. You're gonna need 2 successes in order to succeed.
All right. I am rolling. That would be 9 successes.
All right. Well, yeah, you found all of the photos, their Instagram, their Twitter, and their social security number, and their like yeah, all the registered everything. You found out Ash has an OnlyFans and like all that kind of stuff. So it's like everything.
So he now has a very
She's
like,
in the
excessively
top 1%.
Exactly. Yeah.
now he has an oversized like iPhone because he's got really lanky fingers, and he like looks at your phone. Do you have an iPhone or an Android, or what do you have, Susie?
She definitely has like a new iPhone. It's the only nice thing she has.
He airdrops it straight to you, like all the information.
Yep. You immediately have it. It's already Apple Maps to the location. No problem at all.
We have really no way of verifying that. Oh. Just get in the car. Shut up, nah.
Don't worry, I can ride shotgun again, and I can tell you which way to turn. She definitely helps direct him, but she tells him like which turn to take, like right as they're supposed to be turning, and take a left now. Like
merge. And it's like,
just like yeah, like
Okay.
horrible, the worst
that's giving
direction.
me
giver.
anxiety. Okay. So you guys get out of this Joanne's, this fabric store and everything like that, and that employee is just kind of like, call me, as she like looks and twirls her hair as she like looks at as you use your giant basketball fingers, or like basketball player fingers, and like, okay, so you guys pile back into this car and drive over to what appears to be an IKEA. As now, for a lot of you guys, including myself, this is not somewhere you want to be willingly. It's for me, at least in real life, it's a circle of hell. So it's definitely seems like the last location you think of for whoever is taking all this fabric. Like, why does IKEA need this much fabric? You're uncertain, but you get to this parking lot. While you're in this car, is there anything you guys would like to say to each other or do while you're in this parking lot?
Okay, it makes zero sense that they need all of this fabric because we all know they don't leave instructions for this kind of shit.
Is IKEA big for cosplay?
No.
Nah.
So if there are witches in there, I think my bodyguard should go in first, right?
I was gonna say
100%.
I should do all the talking from here on, considering how you handled Joanna, Susie. I got you.
Talking.
I didn't do nothing happened there. It was great.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll walk in first. Anything for you, Susie.
Perfect. So you get.
No, go ahead. Yeah, you're fine.
You guys all pile out of this car and begin to walk. Now, the front doors are obviously there. They're glass sliding doors. However, they are locked for right now because it is beyond store hours and everything. If you'd like to, you can use force to break through the door. You can choose to try to lockpick it. You can choose to find another alternate entrance, or whatever way you want to get past this.
Now I would like to hack the system and open up the doors.
Perfect. So you whip out
Much
your
better
phone.
than the Bruja solution I was working on. Go ahead.
You're
Difficulty?
like, and headbutt. It'll be a 3.
3. All right.
And wits or intelligence technology. Yeah.
7 successes and a success on my hunger.
Perfect. You were able to unlock these IKEA doors and get yourself a $500 gift card to IKEA. As,
He hands the.
Yeah, I'll take that. Nah.
He airdrops the gift card straight to Susie.
Yeah, they're good. Perfect. So you get a ding. You do see that it is there. Yeah. So meanwhile, inside of the IKEA is Evie, Ash, and Asandra. These 3 top witches for this coven. What is your guys' coven name? It's completely up to you guys. What do you want to name it?
Bold of you to assume Ash is the top.
Well, any of us.
But,
Ooh, what name should we use?
Bag power bottom. Continue.
I don't know. Head witch in charge.
Oh,
Any
okay,
ideas?
it's gonna be this. Okay.
Mhm.
Apple bottom jeans. So we do.
Apple
Apple
bottom
bottom
jeans
jeans.
is coven.
Got it.
All right, there you go. It's like a pseudonym for your coven and everything like that. So no one would suspect apple bottom jeans. And
Yes, ABJ. ABJ,
Yes.
we're known by ABJ, and
Baby.
only we know it stands for apple bottom jeans, and it's an
Mhm.
inside joke.
Oh yeah, obviously. Obviously.
it's just
Are you
use
guys,
acronyms.
are you
that's
guys
it.
all wearing boots
We
with
say
fur?
AP. Yeah. We say ABJ flat drop. No.
Yeah, all Uggs. It's just like okay, perfect.
Really, Zoram?
So you guys now I would say the 3 of you can sense something is coming. Granted, one of you could be near the monitors, could see that the front doors have been like opened at all. The security system did not go off, and the doors did sort of unlock and everything. So what you guys will have to do is we will have you go for a wits and awareness check. If you have any other spells that could influence this, just feel free to mention them, like sense the unseen or what have you. Yeah.
I'm here.
I've got
And-
anything
I
for
have just like
this?
leave that.
And you will need about 3 successes in order to identify that something's out of the ordinary.
I'm sorry. What were the? Yeah.
It'll be wits and then awareness.
I got 4 out of 6 successes.
Oh, you didn't need to roll. You're good. You're fine.
Damn.
You do
He's
notice
like,
that
I
not
finally
all
rolled
is good
well.
looking. Yeah,
I know. That's my bodyguard.
there you go. What'd you get, Ash? 2? Okay. And then Evie?
3.
3? Okay, so you succeed. And then Asandra? 3? Okay, perfect. So Asandra and Evie, you can sense, your spider sense tingles as you notice that something's out of the ordinary here. You know that someone has either, breached your ward that you have on the floor of the actual IKEA entrance. And yeah, so what would you guys be in the middle of? Now, you could be sewing with the fabric. You could be watching the rerun of Firefly. You could be spellcrafting, whatever you guys think you'd be doing.
Evie would probably. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go. You go.
I would say Evie would probably be going through like the fabrics, organizing, especially if there's accessories like jewels, chains, that kind of thing. She's gonna be making sure everything's like meticulously put away.
And you guys do have on-point outfits, and it's kind of like a uniform of sorts for your coven, because it like the more that you guys wear similar clothing and are one as a coven, the more your power is like amplified. And you guys have been getting a lot of influx of new witches. So there's like a new age sort of wave of this new generation wanting to get into witchcraft, and it's like a boon for you guys in your coven. ABJ is thriving. So and yeah, so with that information, Asandra and Evie, you do notice something out of the ordinary. If you want to, you can convey this to Ash, or you can simply investigate on your own, or whatever you'd like to do.
So I'm probably on the floor sewing we're trying to finish up this massive rainbow flag that I'm trying to stitch to put on the wall for all of us.
Yeah.
Obviously. And yeah, the grunts are
That is
probably
100% the project that we needed all of this fabric
Right?
for.
Yes.
It's just
Yeah.
an enormous celebration of being queer.
obviously.
Perfect.
So I've got the grunts. They were moving, like the newbies were moving material that we've just obviously gotten from all the fabric stores. And I'll look up and then look to Evie, because I feel like you might have noticed as well. And just eye contact.
Did you sense that too?
Yeah. Do you want to tell Ash?
Ash, something's going on again. I don't know what's happening. I think someone may have gotten through our ward, but someone's here.
Ash looks up and goes, "What?"
Somebody got through our ward.
Ash.
God, we really need to fix that. Okay, hold on. Ash has been texting one of our newcomers, like basically going over like ABJ protocol and being like, okay, yes, I get you're new. Yes, this is what happens at the meetings. Yes, all of the onboarding, right? And so yeah, she's just gonna be like, oh my God, we're gonna have to go and fix this. And she gets up, or they get up, puts away the phone, tells them they're gonna have to BRB, and starts walking towards the door.
Perfect. So right before you started doing that activity, you did hear the most recent voicemail of someone leaving their phone number and like talking a little bit about everything, and it seemed very awkward, kind of off-putting a little bit. It was a male masculine voice. And yeah, so with that,
Oh.
do you go right?
Ash is by no means phased by a male masculine voice named Cassandra. So Ash will probably get fucking excited about that one. And Ash is gonna be like, oh my God. I'll take this one. Don't even worry. We got it hook, line, and sinker.
But as I see that, I'm like, and I send out like a mass text to the entire coven, and it would say, we may have intruders. Please fucking search the whole store. And that's it. That's all I'm gonna send. and to
Perfect.
the High Coven.
You see everyone like stops kind of what they're doing, and with all of their uniform UGG boots, they begin to march around silently, quiet as the night, as they search through the IKEA. And sure enough, it doesn't take long, but we're gonna say that Ash, along with maybe like another witch, is there to greet these 4 vampires. Now, are you investigating, or are you just there?
Yeah. So yeah, Nad's gonna obfuscate, and he's also going
Obfuscate.
to he's also going to go full out obfuscate, level 4 conceal, which is intelligence and obfuscate roll. So be 4 and 4 for a total of 8. And basically with concealment, unless they have a aspects of 3, they'll never see us.
Oh, you're doing
So-
it for everyone?
Yeah,
For
because
the whole
with
party?
conceal, I can
Okay.
conceal the group.
So there is a discipline that you could have called aspects, and if you have 3 or above, you are able to see them. If not, then you get the vibe that someone is here and something's not right. But
Yeah.
initially, you can't quite see them.
With the roll,
Does it obfuscate like stuff that we're holding and everything?
Yeah, you are like
All right, because I found a set
Godly.
of Tupperware for like $7.99, and I have that in my hands right now.
It's like,
that's 7 successes, and I also had a success on my rouse check, so we're good.
okay, perfect, good. So you don't get hungrier, and you do succeed in this. As everyone just completely goes like translucent, as you kind of look at your hands and you can see through them and everything. And Ash, you get to the door, and it's good that you activated that because you were not able to hear them in their Uggs with their extremely stealthy shoes as they appear. As there's only 2 of them, but the one you see before you, Ash, can you give us a physical description?
Yeah, absolutely. So Ash is incredibly tall. So okay, basically, what was that Resident Evil game that came out where everybody like had the
Yeah.
hots
Resident
for
Evil
the
8?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mommy.
There you go. There you go.
mean-
That's Ash. Not 8 feet tall, probably around 6'3", maybe. I don't know if anybody else we know is also like that tall. And probably wearing very high heels that are by no means practical for walking around IKEA. But it's okay. And all black. They prefer black lace. And florals.
Perfect. So, you see them as they're like there, and then you see the witch right next to Ash, and they go like, Ash, is there something here? I feel something, but I don't know what it could be. Could it be a spirit or something?
Are we also muted, or is it only that we're invisible?
Yeah, you are invisible. If you make a noise, it will be as if it's coming from like nowhere.
Okay.
Also, what basically, now would have like wrapped around you all like a big cloth, and so it's like kind of walking.
We
Or, like,
slowly
hovering
start
over you.
walking. The reason I said that is because I was gonna roll to see if, just for funsies, because this is who Taryn is, and I'm not sorry for it. I was going to see if Susie needed to sneeze.
Okay, go for it.
She does need to sneeze. On evens, she will sneeze, and on odds, she will not sneeze. She sneezes really fucking loud, just like.
Perfect. So, Ash, could you do a awareness and wits roll?
Yeah,
Because it was loud, as described by Taryn. You only need 1 success in order to identify the location of these.
It was the air freshener. Like, it's all that stupid incense. Like, god damn it.
No, you're just like
3 successes.
3
Oh.
successes. All right, yeah, you completely identify where the source is. We're gonna say with a snap of your fingers, you're able to challenge the concealment of it. Now, in this concealed description, is there like a way to roll against it or anything like that? Like,
So they would need to roll against a wits and aspects, and they would need to meet or beat that 7 that I rolled on the
Okay.
intelligence and aspect.
Oof, that is hard. Well, we're gonna say that you can try that if you have auspex. You can even get around there.
Don't have
Otherwise,
aspects.
okay, you can go ahead and simply just like someone's there, and they're using either magic or what have you to hide. So you can call them out on it if you'd like to.
I will. Yeah, Ash is just going to like lean up against the door jamb, like real nice, casually fold their arms and be like, is this necessary?
Yeah.
You
I'm
hear this
I'm
one.
just like get off.
So as
Hi.
you would be doing that, you would literally, they would have pretty much like coming out of a portal in a sense, like appear. So Otis would like come out of nowhere as like Nas still like.
Like a scene from Harry Potter, they appear suddenly magically as who willingly gets out of this concealment. So Susie, not you,
Not me. Nah,
Okay,
Susie,
okay.
you're on your
And
own.
then- So Susie and Otis, you guys break out from this concealment and are standing there. Now you can see them. Ash, you've been around long enough to identify vampires like immediately by the pale skin and sort of the lifelessness of the eyes and everything. So you know they're vampires.
And
I can explain. My name is Otis.
Great.
This is Susie, and you're
Ash.
wonderful. Yep, Ash. And we need some clothes for some
We need fabric.
doll play. We're gonna do
Floss.
some doll play, and we need some
Cosplay.
clothes, and that's
Cosplay.
it. That's cosplay, and then that's it. That's all we need. And I know you don't necessarily like us, and I actually don't hate you. I like the look a lot. But we just
In that moment, you'll hear like a buzz on your phone, Ash, just saying, anyone seen anything?
Ash like puts the buzz happens like as Otis is talking, and they totally look at the phone and just like put a finger up as Otis is talking and is like, ma'am, this is an IKEA. And then it like, calls the text message, you can call from the text, and just presses the button, puts the phone up to the ear. Ring, 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 ring.
Cassandra, your phone rings.
Hey, bitch.
Hey, yeah. We've got 2 vampires, and I assume there's more because these bitches just decided to like, I don't know, appear out of like nowhere, like they were like dipping out from underneath something. So I'm pretty sure I'm like
I
looking at
swat the phone out of her hand.
least a third.
Okay. Do you have rapid reflexes or?
I do have rapid reflexes. That
I do
is
too.
something I
Both?
have.
Okay, so the difference between Evie, Cassandra, and Ash is that Ash is like the powerhouse of the three. Now Evie and Cassandra have more mystical abilities, but Ash has amplified their physical being to be faster, better, stronger. So you guys will have to roll off to each other to see if you can defend and all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna say both of you will simply do a dexterity and athletics roll off. And
Just
whoever
straight
gets most
athletics?
successes, athletics and dexterity.
Okay.
Is
That's much better. I can handle that.
Do I also get my +1 from celerity? Because that's where my rapid reflexes is under.
Yeah, you can either use athletics and dexterity or dexterity and celerity, whichever combination you want to do.
Great. We're going to do athletics and dexterity.
You can also rouse the blood, or you can use like chaos magic, we'll say, which is you roll a d10. If you get higher than a 6, then you amplify. You get 1 extra die in that roll. But if you fail, you either get hungrier or things get weirder. Yeah.
Is Evie in the room with us right now?
You do not spot her. Evie, do you want to approach towards the front, or where would you like to investigate or anything?
Evie at this point probably would start at least like doing like perimeter checks if she hadn't heard anything.
We're gonna say that you're in the vicinity where you can hear the sound of raised voices, specifically of Ashes, and you can head over to it. I'm a dumb man. Does Uggs make sounds? I assume that they don't because they're all furry. Do they?
No,
click
that's
or-
completely wrong. Uggs are
Okay.
actually
So
pretty
loud, they're
loud.
really
Loud?
clunky.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like
because they have
6.
these like gigantic rubber
Rubber?
soles.
Okay.
Like the reason why they feel like clouds is because of the gigantic rubber soles,
I
and then they
retract
put
my
a shit ton
previous
of padding on
statements.
top.
You hear them from miles away as you hear the sound of Evie's.
And
Zora?
also,
Okay.
Ash's clip clopping in heels.
That's right.
Also, oh my god, yes, no, top 3 have like I want a stilettos. I'm gonna have a fucking like Louboutins, dude. But like, yes. But also we will have Motorola's. Like hot pink Motorola's. Motorola's. Like we will
Yeah.
do the whole company.
The razors.
Yeah,
Six
just to, like,
successes?
yes. Mhm, yeah.
Thank you so much, Ashley, for that donation of $40. You're amazing. If you want to pick
thank
from the
you.
tip menu what you like want to have happen, please go ahead and let us know. That way we can go ahead and do it. You're amazing. And Zoram, what did you want to do?
I want to do make an effort to make Ash forget what she was doing using my forgetful mind power.
Okay,
Well,
perfect.
I'm just saying, I've already swatted that.
So
I
you-
rolled 6 successes to swat the phone.
Okay, so that's 6. So really quick, we'll go ahead and do Ash. So Ash, go ahead and roll your dice to see what you can get.
6 successes. Okay.
I got some crits, yo.
Well,
And I
while-
roll 6 die.
Beat that, witch.
I only have a dice pool of 5, and I rolled 2 successes.
Okay, if you get a 10, it does count as 2 successes instead of just 1. So keep that in mind. So there's a chance that you could, exceed it. Okay, so it's a pretty fair sort of exchange. But Susie ultimately gets a better hand. Maybe it's like swatting as she's like, no, stop it, or like they're like, no, stop it. So do you want to like swat the phone to the ground or snatch the phone? What is your intention?
I would snatch it, close it, and toss it.
Okay, you do so as you're barely able to succeed, but you did succeed. Zoram, and you said you want to peer out of the concealment.
What would have
Well,
happened is after Susie and Otis would have left, Na would have wrapped his arm around Zoram, picked him up, and like walked back into an aisle, like getting out of the situation, and setting Zoram down.
Can-
You guys?
Can I please respond to that?
Absolutely, go for it.
Great. Ash is going to try to use their blood magic and choke Susie.
Okay, perfect. So go ahead and roll. I think it's on your sheet. It should say like
Yeah, choke is Manny plus BS equals 1 damage and hold target. So
so
I assume
manipulation
Manny is
plus-
manipulation and BS is blood sorcery. I wish we were fucking rolling my bullshit because that's unlimited. 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay, perfect. So you feel a tightening around your throat, Susie, as like, granted, vampires do not need to breathe, but you're unable to speak, and you slightly get like essentially force choked as you raise from the ground. This is your first encounter with sorcery and magic, and it's powerful. It feels like it could do some damage if it was pressed further and all that kind of stuff, and it seems like
Damn.
Now that Ash has you in a compromising position, Ash is going to monologue.
If only she had a bodyguard.
Here's the thing that I don't get about you vamps, okay? And the reason why, like, that's the thing, like I gesture to Otis and I'm like, you say we don't like you, right? And then you act like we don't like you, and it's like for no good reason because you still like our fashion or whatever. And then you pull shit like this.
At this time, there are 10 other witches that have joined the fray that are like snapping, and Evie and Cassandra are there currently.
Get me
yes.
back my goddamn phone, put it back in my fucking hand, and if it's broken, you can Venmo a bitch, okay?
Yes, honey.
So
Susie's just pointing at her neck like,
I'll get it.
as you shuffle over to find the phone.
as he starts
No,
to walk
already has
anywhere
it.
near me, I
Yeah.
kick it back out of his hand.
I'm not walking near you.
All right.
So really quick, just for a continuity.
Bruja. Rebel.
Nah, you said you went and grabbed it, is that correct?
Yeah, shuffling, like I've picked up the phone and I'm already like perusing it for data.
I'm still.
Okay, go ahead and do we're gonna say intelligence and technology. And how many successes you get is the amount of information you gather in like this short amount of time.
Difficulty.
At this- we're no difficulty. We're gonna say just like it'll be so
Still looking. Just another second.
8 successes.
8 successes.
Whoa.
You gather all the information from the phone. Yeah.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ. Somebody's min-maxed. Holy shit.
He's the senpai for Vampire the Masquerade. He knows this game. So okay. So you do have the phone. Do you give it to Otis as he's kind of like looking for it, kind of shuffling, or
He'll give it to Zoram and then
Okay.
like push Zoram out from the hall, like out from underneath the concealment.
so where there was no vampire previously in the kitchen section of IKEA, now there is one as you hear the sounds of his footsteps as he looks around and he has this phone in his hands.
Hey, I need that. I need that. I need that. Give it to me.
How do concentration spells work in this game? Because I want to blind all of these fuckers as they play hot potato with my personal belongings.
I'm gonna, yeah.
So, Sandra, you are the leader of this coven. You know that although you do not like vampires, going to war with vampires can be very easily done by injuring or wounding, one of them. All that needs to take is just one death on either side, and suddenly it's chaos for your faction and everything. So,
Just give it to me. Just give it to me.
That's my second in command, and I say to Evie, what do you think?
And at this point, has Evie noticed who exactly is being choked?
yes, you come around the corner, and as usual, the brightest orange haired person in the world is being force choked and raised. Now, Susie does not notice you yet, unless you have like heightened senses or something like that. Then we'll see like passively you can see Evie, but
Yeah, I do.
for this
But,
brief moment, you
yeah.
do smell a certain perfume. Evie, what kind of perfume would you say that you wear that is distinct?
Oh gosh, it's like first thing that comes to mind, black opium. That's scent all day, every day.
Sniff,
So-
sniff.
So you do smell that, Susie, as your anxiety like escalates, as you don't quite know many other people who wear it. I don't know fashion, I don't know perfumes at all, so maybe it's popular. But
Never heard
we're
of
gonna
it.
say we're gonna say that there's like really only one person that really swears by that perfume, and it is Evie, which you haven't smelled this scent in quite a long time. But memories rush back as to smelling it so many times, being in her presence, and you kind of feel like she might actually be here. Evie, you know for a fact that Susie's here as you stop dead in your tracks. Your Uggs come to a screeching halt as if you're an NBA player. As as you see her being force choked 3 feet from the ground.
Yeah, and her fangs at this point, like with that increased anxiety, like her fangs are like definitely bared at this point, and her pupils are turning red. And the Bruja in her is definitely I will tell you, because they do have a clan bane, and this is just a thing. The blood of the Bruja simmers barely contained rage at the slightest exploding at the slightest provocation.
Perfect.
I have to take a -1 roll to all of my stuff to not get pissed off and go into a frenzy, by the way.
You see her grow hench as her muscles start to expand and everything. We're
Can I-
gonna say, what do you,
Sorry. Can I cast bind if I see her getting more and more aggressive?
sure, that's fine. So go ahead and roll for it. Whatever it says in there, whatever the abbreviation is, and yeah. So Susie, I am gonna let you do something to break out of this. You can always do strength and athletics, or survival, or potency, or whatever combination you feel is relevant to the situation to either physically break out of it, or what have you. You know?
I think because she does have 3 points in celerity, which is all the fleetness and rapid reflexes and the blink and all of the things. But I don't know if I necessarily want to trigger any of those for this scene. Just actually,
Okay.
you know what? Yes, I do.
Wow.
I would like to trigger my blink. So I would
De-escalate.
like to get free. And using blink, which I can run up walls and things. Basically, I would like to break free and run up a wall and up on top of one of the shelves and just like kind of get up like she's a nerd trying to run away from an anxious situation. She just happens to be a vampire and is trying to do it in extreme places. So we're trying to hide, like just trying to be like, ah.
Go ahead and roll for it. We're gonna say that it's gonna need 3 successes in order to succeed. Sandra, you're gonna need to roll. We're gonna say 3 successes in order to succeed in what you're trying to do. You got 4? Okay.
4, and every success is 5 minutes for hold.
Okay, perfect.
Yep. and 20.
4 successes. Well, 5 successes because one of them's a crit.
Okay, so we're gonna say that Susie, you Naruto run out of the situation as you move so fast that normal magic doesn't quite like is able to capture it. It's usually used to like stable, solid targets, but you're able to break out of this bind by going inhumanly fast, and you dart away. Now you do see that there's a shimmering violet sort of arcane energy that's just suffocating a certain area as magical chains kind of like bind where you were just moments ago. And had it held, it would have held for a long time. But now it kind of dissipates as Ash and Asandra let go of their magical abilities.
From on top of the shelf, looking down. I really wasn't trying to start anything. It was just an instinct because everyone keeps trying to kill me, and then I'm gonna hide on top of the shelf, like laying flat.
Okay, vampire. Hey, excuse me. Hi.
Hand reaches over and waves without showing her face.
Now, Otis, you know that out of all the vampires here, you have the most authority, like as far as the Camarilla goes, because you're an official government entity here. Yep. And you're kind of sweating quite a bit because you're used to like pushing papers on the desk. You're used to doing like various like little office activities and everything like that. And now you're facing in a full blown faction like of witches who have like potentially attacked a vampire and everything. So you need to like.
So once she broke free of that, I was going to release the conversation with the phone and come back out. Hello again, Otis. Hey, I don't really I didn't know that this was gonna go weird, but and then I'm gonna pull out my badge or whatever and be like, I'm with the VDA, and I don't really want to. I didn't want to play this card. I didn't know there were witches here. We didn't know there were witches here. But this building is surrounded by VDA agents. Just so you're aware, we're here to help her get the stuff that she needed, and we didn't. It was here, and we didn't know that there were witches here. We didn't. How could we possibly know that? And now you're here, and we're here, and things are getting weird.
So that was a lie. So you will have to go
Yes,
with
it was.
manipulation or charisma, and then do subterfuge. Would that be deception? Would you say, Ben? Okay, yeah.
Okay.
All right, go for it. And then Asandra, you're gonna need to roll I think we're gonna say manipulation and insights.
Okay.
In order to counter this, whoever has most successes is the.
I'm definitely still engaged with Otis and looking at Susie.
Yeah.
Because the bitch is still concerned about the phone.
And Otis, you gave
Um,
the phone back, right?
No, I couldn't get it back from Zoram, so I gave it
Oh,
up.
that's right. Zoram has it. Zoram, what do you
Yep.
want to do?
So-
I mean, I kind of want to try to persuade and de-escalate the situation here for the phone. Oh, what kind of phone are we looking at? I don't think we've
The
ever said
Motorola, pink
Pink
Motorola.
A pink, yes.
a fake Motorola.
I rolled a manipulation insight too because I'm still in that.
That's fine. Yeah,
combo.
you guys are all in this scene. So if you all want to do it, then that's completely fine.
I got
Okay.
2
So
successes.
Zoram, you said you want to de-escalate the situation. You do witness what Otis had said about there being VDA agents outside. You know that's
Mhm.
not true. What do
Yes.
you want to contribute to the scene?
Could be true.
It is, I'll go ahead and tag along and be like, hey, hey, Ash, we don't want a full out war between witches and vampires because we all know who would win. And so for this phone, I would trade you. I mean, we each know who would win. You know who would win. The witches know who would win, and the vampires know who would win.
Just continue on with what you're saying.
Keep it open ended. That way, they're attracted to this idea. So let's I trade you the phone. We go at peace, and we bargained for this fabric. We're here for some fabric. Fabric, no bloodshed, no bloodshed. And so
Hey, you guys have
Ash
heard of
is
DOS
going
play?
to cut you off
well,
and be like, "I'm sorry,
there's like
you're not trading me my phone. You're giving me back my shit."
and I will do that. I will, but we need to. There's bigger things. There's like climate change. There's like gender inequalities where we could come together for this. Yes.
Okay, so
Ash is just
Sounds
like,
easy.
"Look at
really
me.
quick.
Look at me."
I'm looking.
Okay, so Evie, what do you want to contribute to the scene?
So Evie at this point is not so wrapped up in the phone debacle, but she's very loudly tapping her boot on the floor, now knowing that Susie's here. Susie, honey.
As you
Look what
know
the cat
that
dragged. Oh, I'm sorry, bats. Right. That's what you guys are.
as Susie,
Speaking
you
from the
peer
side of
over,
the shelf, like down.
and Evie, could you give us a physical description?
Yeah, so Evie's about 5'7", slender build, long dark hair, bangs, thick eyeliner. Like I said, wings so sharp that could kill a man. Tight form-fitting clothes, kind of in the same vein as Ash described their clothing, although rather than lace, it's just very sheer fabric. And of course, the boots, because ABJ life.
That's amazing. Okay. So Susie, you do hear this. Really quick though, we're gonna go all the way back to actually, Nod, did you want to contribute anything to the scene? Because you haven't done anything in a while?
So have we changed? Is this a new scene? Or are we still in the same?
Nope, you're still in the same one.
Okay.
Everyone's kind of arguing about the phone, giving it. Voices are raised. Now Susie's looking. Are you pissed? Are you surprised? What would you say Susie's reaction is to hearing Evie's voice?
Susie, at first there's like the oh shit look, and then there's just like her pupils are kind of glazing over red as she's just looking at the bat comment mostly. Suddenly there's like just a little bit of like the like flash of like heat at the back of your head.
Kill Bill.
Yeah.
Okay. So really quick. Okay, so now keep going.
Yeah. So at the bat comment, Na is texting a little bat gift to Susie, and underneath it says, "I can call them." And on Evie, Ash's, Asandra, and every witch's phone is a whole bunch of cat videos start playing because I've hacked them all.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Cat videos are playing, and all right, now returning back to Otis, Asandra, Ash, for that insight awareness and everything, or insight manipulation and everything. What was your role, Otis?
Yeah, I was hoping you forgot. That was 2 successes and a bestial failure, whatever that
Okay.
means.
So you stutter and mumble as you're like, they're absolutely out there. I see there's Steve and
there's-
Greg
yeah.
and
That other guy from accounting.
exactly. So Ash and Asandra, what was your guys' results for your roll?
What was
4
this?
and then 2. Okay, perfect. So meets it, beats it. So you guys absolutely know he's bullshitting, as there's like slight blood drops that are like sweat that's coming from his like forehead that he like wipes away a little bit and everything. And yeah, you know that these four vampires that you can see at least, three vampires that you can see at least, are very vulnerable. They're very alone. And here are 25 strong and powerful witches, all can harness immense sorcery. And now going over to Zoram, what did you want to contribute to trying to de-escalate the situation?
I'm going to make an effort to use my forgetful mind power and just rewrite
Try it
Ash's
again. You're like,
Ash's. I'm gonna rewrite Ash's memories and then use her, power to influence the rest of the witches.
okay, perfect.
I got you, Susie.
As he says it, now do you hand the phone back or do you keep it as a like a bargaining chip sort of thing?
I'll hand it out and then I'll make an effort to use my powers.
Okay, perfect.
So
Can I tell he's doing this?
It's up to you. So Zoram, are you very obnoxious with this ability, or are you trying to do it in a very subtle sort of manner?
well, I'll wave my finger around and jazz hands.
Yes, yes, okay.
Jazz hands.
Perfect.
And so I forget. I'm rolling my dominate. Points.
You're doing forgetful mind or
Correct.
cloud memory?
Forgetful mind. I need to
Forgetful
rewrite.
mind. That is going to be one arouse check. So you got to roll a d10 and let me know what that is. If it's 6 or above, you're totally fine. If you get below that, you get one more hunger die.
Okay.
And then after that, it's going to be manipulation and your dominate versus Ash's intelligence and resolve. So once again,
Alright,
whoever
please.
has more successes gets the narrative control.
You
got one?
First,
Okay.
My first one was a 2.
Right?
And
You,
then
wait, hold on. You got a 2 on the hunger die thing.
Arouse, Yeah.
Oh, the resolve. Okay, yeah.
The
So
resolve,
you get
yeah.
hungrier just a little bit as you're powering your blood to summon this ability.
And you said
And then-
like, manipulate and dominate. You said, right?
Correct. And then Ash, you're gonna use intelligence and resolve. Which you got a 1 or we're just. I'll let you guys roll. Yeah.
Oh, intelligence and resolve. Okay.
Right.
Oh, we're looking spicy today. Oh.
What does it mean if it's one of the thingamabobbies with the 2 stars next to it?
I think
Crit.
those crit. Yeah.
Those are
So
yeah, critical
I think it's
success.
already accounted for, or maybe it's. Or
Yeah,
do you
it,
need
ca-
to?
it counts for if you use the dice roller, it should count for it, but it'll tell
Okay,
you the
yeah.
number of successes.
It's not. I don't think it is because I got a stabby thing with 2 stars and then a stabby thing, and it says I got 2 successes.
Then you may have all. Is that the only? Are there any others, like any dots or anything?
And three dots.
Okay, so those are mute. And did you have a hunger? Is there a red one, or is it just?
No, I didn't put a red one in because I haven't been told
Oh yeah,
to.
you don't
No,
have
you're good.
hunger.
We're gonna say you have 3 successes.
Yeah, I was about to say,
but-
unless you rolled a critical failure, then you're, yeah.
So anytime I see a stabby thing with 2 stars, I'm adding 1.
Pretty much.
Correct. Yeah. It should be when you get a
Adding
crit,
to
you should have
1 to the
2.
number it
Yeah.
tells me I'm already at because for some reason it's not calculating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Zoram. So
I
need to
rolled.
beat 3.
Yeah, I rolled 7, 7, 7, and a 10.
Perfect. Okay. So you do
Nice.
succeed as you're like handing the phone back, and then you're looking deep into Ash's eyes, and the vampire can rewrite the whole swaths of the victim's memories as long as they can keep the victim's gaze and full uninterrupted attention. The vampire verbally describes the victim's new memories, which the victim accepts as their own. So you look into their eyes, and what do you tell Ash?
Ash, you and I, we have been in this space together. These vampires called you for some fabric that you willingly said you'd give it to us for free. Now, all these other people, these audiences, they're just here to watch us play a game of improv, which we have been doing very, very intensely. And
Are we
yeah,
hearing this?
Yeah, absolutely. All 15
This shit
witches
just got
all
so
see.
meta.
and you will tell all the other wizards and witches and everything between that it was all for play.
So
Bro,
And you would think it would be
I
cool
have
to
a-
have a partner from the Vampire Detective Agency.
You
I
look-
have a
and-
And
quick-
you thought it'd be cool to have a party.
okay, so really quick, Ash, what do you say?
I just have a quick question.
Uh-huh.
Because specifically in the spell description, it said if you can keep the person's gaze. And as soon as that phone is back in Ash's hand,
Oh my.
Yep.
so how does that work? Am I only
So-
gonna catch half of it?
What we're gonna
Um,
say is that because he dominated your role, like it was 3 versus like I think it was like 6 or whatever his success rate was or whatever.
Yeah, I think it
Uh,
was 3v4.
I got a 10.
Yeah.
Or
So
yeah, 3v5.
what'll happen is that he will keep your gaze, and you do become like the victim in here as your eyes dilate and your mouth like kind of slacks open a little bit, and you do start to your memory starts to get messed with. But this is a room filled of like witches who can clearly see that this vampiric ability is being used on one of their own. So Sandra and Evie, you are in the room, you see this happening. To interrupt it, you know, to like just like move her out of the way or what have you. But like for this one moment, Zoram has a W on the board as he like is full blown like doing his vampire stuff. Yeah.
And drink water.
Watching
Yes.
this happen, obviously, to Ash, I'm gonna saunter up to Zoram and say, grab my finger under his chin and turn his head away from Ash and say, "Excuse me, honey, but I'm the head witch. So if you're gonna
And-
talk to anyone, talk to me."
And you can feel immense magic like pouring off of her being. Now, these witches, along with their spellcrafts and everything, have a certain scent to them. Now, it's a supernatural scent that a lot of humans aren't able to quite like smell or anything like that. But you vampires, it reeks of witchcraft in this place. And
Are they like
it's-
pheromones?
Exactly, and they're extremely powerful on Asandra, lesser so on Evie and Ash, but they're the 3 most powerful in this room, as others seem to have just begun their sort of like witchcraft and everything like that.
Can I
So
use my presence using that kind of thing in the all presence?
sure, go for it.
Yeah.
So
So
roll your 2. So for presence, which one are you? Which spell are you trying to do? Is it like awe?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, coming out of the mind control, Ash is feeling a little bit high.
So it's free, so you don't have to do any sort of check. You'll use manipulation and presence versus Zoram's composure and intelligence.
Mhm.
So Zoram, you're gonna roll your composure and intelligence.
Mhm.
Composure is under not attributes, but
Attributes. Yep.
okay.
Do I have to roll as well for mine?
Correct. Yeah. So you have to roll manipulation and presence. Whoever gets most successes is the one that. A lot of PvP. I love it. Yeah.
Because we're not all part of the same party.
I know exactly. Yeah.
Oh. Come on, give me a 10. Oh.
All right. What did you get, Zoram?
I got 2, 2, 9, 10, so a total of 3 successes.
Okay. And then Asandra.
4.
4. Okay. Yeah. So you look into Ash's eyes, and then you're able to be like, you know, we're cool, be cool, and then Asandra steps in, and then you look into her heels click as you look into his eyes, and you just dominate his vampiric mind as he. What would you like to? Now it is awe, so anyone in the presence of this vampire finds, or sorry, witch will say, their attention inexplicably drawn to them. Those listening to the witch speak and let me see here, might suddenly agree on subjects where they once held different viewpoints. While this power doesn't cause rapt infatuation, it is still strong enough to sway the minds of most, we'll say, people. So we're going to say that you sort of dominate Zoram's mind for this brief moment, where he can essentially do whatever you would like him to do.
Is it just him or is it everyone that can hear me?
It'll be just him for this one, because they are vampires, so they're stronger than mortals. Yeah.
Okay, and I say, so your little trick seemed really fun, but I think you should tell your friends that we should all have a sit down and a chat. Perhaps.
Yep, Zoram, you
I, I,
cannot deny.
I am so down to have a chat and talk things out.
As you look over to Otis and kind of tell him,
Hey, yo,
like,
Otis, come over here, my man. Let's just sit down and kumbaya, please. Right now?
You say
You're-
that out loud.
You're like the
Yeah.
worst bodyguard
Nah,
ever.
she's still safe.
So-
After hearing that exchange, I will continue to use Blink, and I rapidly make my way back down. Of course, like purposely, like breezing just past Evie, and like stand like right next to Zoram and like Otis, and I'm just glaring daggers with my
Perfect.
Bruja
So-
form. Like,
Kumbaya.
we are going to say unskippable cutscene because we do need to take a break. So
Yeah.
what's happening at this moment is that you rejoin your vampires as the Coven kind of looks and are surprised and shocked to see real vampires in their presence. As Ash, Evie, and Asandra, you are look to each other and kind of exchange glances as to like, why are they here? What are we doing, with vampires in our sort of presence? And specifically Susie and Evie, this is the first time you guys have been in each other's presence for a year essentially, and there's a lot of emotions that are like boiling to the top and bubbling and everything, thinking about how you guys used to be best friends, inseparable or whatever, and now you don't even, you're blocked on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and everything, and
I don't do
How
Twitter.
dare.
yeah, yeah, there you go. So yes. Now, while you guys think of what you're going to say to each other and do and all that kind of stuff, as you look and lock gazes and eyes and all that kind of stuff, as you sort of, Susie, realize that this hits even harder because you kind of assume or can connect the dots that maybe there was more to just her talent and cosplay that won Evie those awards and all that kind of stuff. Like maybe it was sorcery or witchcraft. You're unsure. As a
How
blood drop.
Dare you take away her talent
How
by
dare you stir the
cheapening
pot?
her?
All
The
right.
cauldron.
But yeah, it was magic.
Are you saying she cheated?
Wow.
I
So-
think she just has good friends who want to see her succeed.
There you go.
I love you, Evie.
With that, we're going to go ahead and take a 10-minute break. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes. Make sure to follow the cast on all their social medias and everything, and we'll see you guys soon. And they can now hear us. Welcome back, everyone, to Phoenix by Night. Thank you for hanging out with us this whole episode. It's been a lot of fun as vampires and witches get to meet one another, especially with Susie meeting Evie for the first time in a whole year. And there's a lot of drama that will be coming very, very shortly. So if you don't know, Phoenix by Night is a Vampire the Masquerade miniseries focusing on Susie McLeod, who's a young cosplayer who unfortunately got almost died and then got embraced by a very powerful vampire. She's trying to combat living a vampiric life while also trying to make the best cosplay she can ever do to specifically beat Evie at the Phoenix Comic Con Masquerade, coming only in a week. In this episode, Susie does not have enough fabric to finish her cosplay. She's being hounded by vampiric inspectors to make sure that she does not breach the masquerade, and also being bodyguarded by Zoram, her assistant from Stormbringer, her sire, who is a wanted figure. If anyone knows who Zoram is, he will get blood hunted immediately, and potentially Susie as well. To add all to that, they have gone to various Joannes. They cannot find the fabric they need, and they found out through the use of the dreamy-eyed Na that an IKEA is being taken over by a witch coven called ABJ, Apple Bottom Jeans, led by Asandra with her two cohorts, Evie and Ash, who are very powerful witches. They've gone to IKEA. They had a very spicy encounter as there was multiple mind controls, binding, force chokes, and all that kind of stuff that has happened, and a lot more. So what we're going to do right now is go ahead and reset the room, and we're going to go ahead and introduce everyone one by one. So going over to the King of West Virginia, Otis, or Ronan.
Yeah, Ronan. Ronan Fox. You can find me at Ronan Fox. That's FAWKS. I am playing Otis, and you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and primarily on Twitch, where I stream Monday and Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Perfect. And yes, Utsuhime, boots with the fur, as most of them are wearing Uggs. Okay, and then going over to Mountain Taker.
Mountain Taker, or Benjamin, is what most people call me, not on social media. So Mountain Taker, I will be on basically all the gaming platforms, as well as Twitch, which someday I will stream, as well as Discord. And then if you were trying to find me on Instagram and Twitter, which probably my last post was like in 2013, you can find me at Watkins Benjamin. If somebody would like to teach me how to do social media, that would be awesome. I am the oldest person in the room.
He won't accept your friend requests.
Yeah, I've been on the waiting list for so long.
I did. I finally did.
Okay, good.
I figured out because somebody was kind enough to tell me how to do it.
Perfect. And then over in London, what time is it for you right now, Rising Valkyrie?
So, almost 3:30 in the morning.
Thank you for being here. We really appreciate your dedication. Oh my God. So, Rising Valkyrie, tell us about how amazing you are and what you're up to.
Oh, I don't know about that. But yes, I'm Jess. You can find me on Instagram at Rising Valkyrie and Twitter now at Rising Valkyrie J. Possibly, sometimes. Maybe I'll tweet, maybe I won't. We'll see. I'm also on a series on the Initiative Order, TIO, which is every other Sunday. Second episode starting this Sunday. Well, today, technically, for me.
The future.
Evermore Tales, The Samurai and the Dragon. Very, very fun, very amazing cast. Tune in if you'd like, obviously, at 10 p.m. PST? No, 10 p.m. my time. Wait. Sorry. I'm confused.
10
We'll get that time.
p.m. your time is 2 p.m. PST.
Yes, there you go.
I know because I used to want to live in London.
I see. Come visit, hon.
So she memorized it at 14 years old.
Nice.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much. That's it, really.
Yeah. Okay. And then going over to Coral.
Oh, hi. My name's Coral Reefer, also known as Queer Venture Time. You'll see me on the Twitches at Queer Venture Time, where I'm here every Monday for my group's used to be a home game, but now is on the Twitches. And that is every Monday night at 5:30 PST. Then I'm here they try to make it every Saturday at like 11 a.m. for a fun little wake and bake stream. And then I pop in at least like 2 or 3 other times a week, but she has to keep life flexible, you know. I'm also on Twitter at QVentureTime because Queer Venture Time is too many characters.
Nice. And then going over to the Queen of the Initiative Order, Brianna.
That's Ronan, I thought.
Oh, that's right.
Me.
Sorry.
It's me.
So, hey everyone, Brianna Flame. You can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at Brianna Flame. I'm tabletop streamer here sometimes. I love being over on D'Angelo's channel, so thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
I'm also on the Initiative Order with a variety of streams, mostly one-shots that we will keep posting about on our social media. And I'm a cast member of Second Star to the Right, a Neverland 5e show. Check us out. It's Second Star Show here on Twitch.
Yeah. And then the Tech King, Zoram.
Yo, my name is Zamerka510 on Twitter and Twitch. Usually I am behind the camera running the broadcasting OBS streaming system at Latinx and Gaming or Gameheads, where we teach students how to develop video games, marginalized youth, people of color, and I have pushed them onto a platform. So if you want to see me in front of the screen, go ahead and follow me on Twitch, Zamerka510. And this is great. And props to D'Angelo, passing it back to you.
Thank you. And then our main actress for this evening and the series, Miss Taryn Hackett. And could you also, oh my God, we haven't done the giveaway. All right, go ahead and tell people about who you are, and while I get this giveaway set up.
Okay, Taryn Hackett, also known as Val Rook. I am a TTRPG streamer, creative human cat lover, and a dice maker for Umbral Oculus Dice. This is my dice brand, y'all. Umbral Oculus is a lens that I like to create lots of things under. So if you want to follow my dice adventures, just go to UO_dice on the Instagram. You can also go to my Ko-fi and check me out there, because I got stuff. I have 2 sets available in my little shop, and I have pictures of old sets. I will be opening commissions in the next couple of months as well. If there's a certain set that you kind of liked, or maybe you want something special, I'll totally make it. And tomorrow, I forgot, just like casual does all the time, we have Forge of Fate tomorrow evening, where I play a cat mutant with a Scottish accent. You should come watch Fink, because she's got a big wrench and she's gonna hit on Ronan's sister's character. Yes, I am.
It's a lot of euphemisms right there.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. That's me. I don't know what to tell you. Monday on the Initiative Order, I will be playing Peggy Sue James in our Fallout TTRPG every Monday. You can catch us there. Coming up in August, we have some one-shots for a Mr. DM screening for a D&D campaign where I get to play my witchy druid baby, and I love her. And I can't wait to make Ronan's life miserable there, too. And also starting in August, keep an eye out for my spoopy project that will be seeing the light of night? I don't know.
Perfect. the light of the moon or something. All right.
Yeah.
So,
there's no light in that world.
I went ahead and set up the giveaway. You have to enter Ash in chat in order to be entered to win a D20 Umbral Oculus die. Do you know which? Is it the Sanguine one? Or is it the,
Actually, this one I'm custom pouring tomorrow.
Oh, perfect.
It will be something vampy themed. It may not be the Sanguine one. I felt like doing something different, but I'll get it sitting out on Tuesday.
That's fine. You do whatever you feel is best. You're the master crafter and everything. So make sure to put Ash in chat. And at the end of the episode, we'll go ahead and roll to see who wins the giveaway. And yeah, so that should be really, really cool. My name is D'Angelo Murillo. I put together Phoenix by Night. I put together a lot of events to help our community with diversity, getting performers paid, to do a lot of things. And I have a lot of things going on as well. This month specifically, on the 18th, is Homies Helping Homies, which is an event geared specifically towards putting on an entertaining session of Dungeons & Dragons, getting awesome performers together. The viewers can go ahead and tip to influence a story, and at the end of the night, these performers take away a cut of the money that was made from that thing, putting money into the pockets of these hardworking performers. And then on the 21st will be a donation drive for Wounded Warrior Project. I have become very close with Wounded Warrior Project thanks to Ben, and I met a lot of awesome veterans. I love playing with them. It's really becoming a passion of mine, and I want to contribute and give back to this wonderful organization by raising money for them. So look out for that event. And like Taryn had said, on Mondays is Vault on the Initiative Order. It's a really, really fun series. I absolutely love it with all my heart and soul, and I get to be a brat as a raider, and and Peggy's a bounty hunter, so it's a great like conflict and also friendship, so it's good. All right, now going back to the story, zooming back into the scene where you guys mostly got everything sorted as you're like, all right, let's parlay. Let's go ahead and set up all the IKEA chairs into the living room section, and let's all talk about this. As on one side, there are 25 witches from this coven, ABJ, and on the other side are 3 vampires that are visible with Na somewhere in the background, still probably in the kitchen section, as you're on your phone looking at all the like camera feeds or what have you, and gathering data and information and everything. So as you guys are sitting down, Susie, you sit across and sort of next to Evie, and it just happened to be that way. You didn't want it to happen, but you guys just sat down and looked over and noticed that you guys are there. Now, as everyone's sitting down and getting like, comfortable essentially and murmuring about the situation, and you guys kind of look to each other. And one, before you guys open your mouth, Susie, what do you think you're going through right now? Like, what is going through your mind, your feelings, your emotions?
So like I think initially there was like the oh shit factor, the shock, and then there was the anger. And then I think at this point, like, she's sitting next to somebody that she spent years hanging out with, like finished up high school, like was like the one person post high school she stayed talking to. It was like one of their passions was like to look back on like Facebook and everything else and look back at people they used to go to school with and be like, haha, look at this bitch.
Yeah.
And so like it's like all of those memories of like sitting there is like going through her head, and so she's just kind of like, and then flashing forward to like the betrayal at the con. So like, con keeps playing in her head. At the con. And so she's just like, there's definitely like a little pool of blood in the corner of her eye a little bit. Like her fists are definitely like clenched. Because she probably doesn't really know how the hell to cope with this, because for those who cannot see my character sheet, all of the social stuff, not good.
And you're bruja, so your emotions are on your cuffs. Like you're essentially so
little volatile baby.
Going over to Evie, what do you feel like you are going through mentally, emotionally, and everything like that? Because you also know that apparently Susie has died, which is a very tragic thing. And not only that, but she has become a vampire, which is a curse, essentially, and looked down upon by witches, because you guys might be mortals, you live longer than normal, you have a lot of immense power, but you're still alive, whereas Susie is dead and gone, and she no longer can see the light of day and all that kind of stuff. A little bit tragic. So anyways, what are you feeling?
So Evie's definitely just a big bubble of emotions right now. Like I'm in a glass case of emotions, but not really letting that show as best as she can on the outside. There's probably like small mannerisms here and there where like she'll glance over, but then like if Susie even looks in her direction, just look away kind of quickly. Which Susie might recognize as something she would do when she realizes
defense mechanism,
not handling something. And while they may be blocked on social media currently, there was definitely a moment where Evie was going through and stalking, accidentally liked something, and then blocked Susie in an attempt to hide her tracks.
Perfect. Right on. So so now you guys have the ability to speak and talk with one another, as you guys feel that there are things on the tip of your tongue that you want to say because you haven't seen each other in a year. And this is your scene. It is uninterruptible for this moment. Go ahead and...
So, how's unlife?
Really weird.
Like weirder than you were before, or like same level?
No, like honestly, way fucking weirder. There was like a demon the other day or something, and I killed Chad.
You killed Chad?
Yeah, I ate Chad.
And pause really quick. You know that Chad is a dude who has the squarest jaw in all the land, that works at Abercrombie & Fitch in the same mall that she works at, who is kind of a douche and everything like that. That you dated and no longer seeing because he's dead. And anyways,
that would stall the seeing aspect.
Yeah.
So, there you
He's
go.
he's apparently part of the Second Inquisition or whatever. Not anymore. But
Because the death.
yeah.
Well,
Tasted like axe, by the way.
oh, I believe it. Chad's a douche.
Yeah. Now he just lays there. Kind of like before.
So you didn't just let him walk all over you for once?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, Uggs are outdated or whatever.
Are
They're
you wearing Uggs? Okay.
okay, Claire's. I'm sorry. Was it dipping that I thought I heard now?
I probably don't work there anymore. I made a kid pee himself, so.
Okay, maybe you're closer to Hot Topic than you were before.
Probably. For being You know, I was the only one that didn't care that you were like super hateful, remember? Or whatever. Anyway,
I'm not super hateful. Okay, maybe I am, but I mean, what do you expect sometimes when, you can't even finish anything? Like,
yeah,
it's
but
been forever. Ever in school, like you couldn't finish projects. I had to go and help you finish things. You couldn't finish getting your car fixed half the time. So who had to come in and help you with that? It's just,
it's totally
I'm
done
sorry.
now. The air conditioner works now. So.
It works now
Mm-hmm.
when you have such use for it.
Yeah. I mean, just saying, I was the only one that stuck around after that, you know? I didn't care. But I don't think I deserve that.
Well, I think I deserve someone who could fulfill their end of the bargain.
So at this moment, the rest of you have you guys didn't notice, but the rest of the room kind of went silent to hear you guys like bicker and sort of argue and everything like that. And popcorn was magically made as like enjoying this sort of moment, both vampires and witches. So yes, so Asandra, you kind of clear your throat a little bit as you have control over this meeting. The other representative that's has the power here is also Otis, as you are in the hierarchy of vampiric caste system. You're the top of the totem pole for this room, at least. So you guys sit across from one another. Now, Asandra, you know that these vampires have come here. You heard mention of Zoram saying something about they need fabric, and you know that you have all the fabric because you've had to buy all of it for all these people and everything. So you at least know that's a talking point. And yeah, go for it.
Not to interrupt. Mm-hmm.
Can't
And I
help
just
it.
bypass
It's an
it.
instinct now. I can't. It's just keep going.
No worries.
Social
No
skill.
worries, hun. And you'll see Asandra kind of laid back a little bit, lean back with her legs crossed and like slightly moving her leg, which you can see the heel and the sole of the heel, which is the red. And she'll just be playing with her fingers like this, kind of like an evil mastermind moment. And she'll turn to Otis and say, sorry, I didn't catch your names.
Otis.
Zoram, Zo for short.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yours?
I am Asandra.
Sandra.
Asandra.
Dry.
Audible forehead slap as she's just kind of like.
That's Susie.
And trying not to get angry, but it's okay.
as your chair is lifting
You and me
slightly,
both.
and you're like,
It's like shaking, it's tremoring. Like
Yeah.
it's yeah. And it comes crashing down again on the chip floor. Just like you hear that like bang. And she'll say, "So tell me, why are you here?"
Because you decided to buy up all the fabric for no reason.
Is there no
Apparently.
reason? And I turn and I like point to my entire coven that is standing right there. Who need?
Yeah, I just see a bunch of chicks lighting incense. What about it?
they definitely look fashionable, and there's a lot of great seam work and on their costumes. And you see it looks sort of like a sweatshop, as there's various sewing machines and like desks and all that. Anyways, go on.
I'm sorry, but I thought you needed something from us.
I need, like, literally, I need, like, not even a whole bolt of fabric, and, like, there is literally none in all of Phoenix.
I didn't think this
We're-
aggravated tone was needed in this negotiation.
She's like that. That's actually why we're here.
Yeah.
I'm here to observe her. She's trying to do some Ross play, and she needs some fabric.
Other
It's floss play.
cosplay. God
Floss.
damn.
Yep.
Floss. Yeah.
Play?
Yep.
Susie, you can't be serious. You're still gonna try.
Yeah, actually, it's crazy. I've almost finished.
Almost. How many times have I heard that one before?
Yeah, your boyfriend's lame.
You could
I
cut
feel like
the
you guys
tension
know
with a
each
knife.
other.
Nope. Thought I did. Don't anymore. So anyways, yeah, I just need like a little bit of fabric to finish this part of my cosplay, and that's all I came here for, but apparently I don't
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
like I have a temper. It's been made worse. This is all new. I don't know who the heck I met these two today. I apologize for their behavior.
She's under investigation.
I'm a bodyguard. I guard bodies.
And Cassandra, you know that there's only you had to buy all the fabric because you have like 200 more members that are looking to join, and you need to, and everyone needs to have the exact outfit for the most part in order for your powers to combine and pool together and all that kind of stuff. So there is a reason you need that fabric. Anyways, go on.
I have I don't know what's happening to my accent anyway. Ignore that. I have 200 members. No. 200 new members that are joining, and we must have the same outfits because our powers must be combined and connected in that way through fashion, of course.
So like a yard of fabric, maybe two. Not a thing.
We'll see. I'll have a look at my inventory. I need to talk to my people. Evie, Ash, can we go somewhere else, please? We need to discuss.
As the three of you ascend from your chairs and begin to walk away, two of you in heels and the other one in Uggs, as you head over to the back room, and you guys are all alone, the three of you. Or Nah can also be there as well. As you... Okay, go for it.
Do we feel the presence of now?
You do not at this point, we're going to say.
Okay. And I say
With his fucking 8 covertness.
Ben doesn't fuck around.
Yeah. He doesn't.
Honey, what do we do? We can't afford to.
We say no. She doesn't need it.
What is your issue with this young vampire?
I knew her growing up. We were friends for a long time, but she never kept on her word for things. Why waste fabric? We could use it for new members, and for all I know, she's just gonna have it sitting in the corner of her house. How many times did I have to see that happen? And I'm sorry, I got tired of it. So yeah, I may have done something shitty and kind of kicked her out of something, but as far as I'm concerned, it had to be done. So I drew a line a long time ago there.
Ash is just gonna like put the hand as soon as Evie starts like going into the backstory, and Ash is just like, okay. Okay. Well, guess there's just a little bit. Turns to Cassandra and is just all like, yeah, girl. I That's the thing about these vamps, you know.
Mm.
They think we're still just like bubs toil trubs. Like, no, girl, like here we are. This is the way it works nowadays. There has to be cohesive. There's an aesthetic.
Yeah, it's about
Okay, it
empowerment.
matters.
Yes. And I turn to Evie and I say, Evie, honey, as my second in command, of course, I do trust your instincts and your decisions. And I'll back you no matter what, honey. This is what we are as a coven. We support each other.
So, nah, as you are like, listening to the whole situation, you have a tab open on your phone, watching like, we're gonna say your favorite Twitch stream, your Queer Venture Time like stream, and having like a blast on their like Twitch stream and everything. You do take a moment to like just scan all the cameras to make sure that everything's like okay, just in case. And you do notice immediately that there are a series of black vans that are pulling up to the IKEA parking lot. And out of those vans are coming about, we're gonna say 3 to 6 people in each one, heavily geared, full blown, and is that they're mortal, so it's happening, but it's happening quite fast as they're like, did you relock the front door or did you?
Yeah, everything would have been locked down.
Okay, perfect. They're currently addressing that right now.
All right. So Na is obviously very, very tall. He's going to drop his obfuscate next to the 3 witches, turn his tablet around and be like, "We have company."
As you see this hulking figure, you thought Ash was the biggest person you've seen, in a while, but then Na appears, and you're like 6'7"?
Yes.
Yeah, and you are 6'7" with a tablet that looks like a child's like phone.
And dreamy eyes.
And dreamy eyes. What shade of color is your eyes?
Ash is probably attracted to you.
They're very like blue, like just
blue, just like the
blue.
Oceans.
Yes.
Piercing.
Does still have like the hoodie up and
Yeah,
everything.
hoodie's totally hood's still up, hiding his big ears.
Okay.
Does Na have a nice smile?
Na, do you have a nice smile?
Oh, yes.
What's left of it?
That's effective.
Does it seem like he has good intentions?
It seems like they're
Oh, yeah.
neutral. Like it's purely factual.
Great.
As
Ash has a
yeah.
crush on him. Yeah.
You seem like it's sweet on the inside.
Yeah, there you go. So
Yes. So
you-
one of Na's convictions is love thy neighbor as thyself. So he very much is like
the mutual problem.
yes.
Yeah. So you pull up the tablet, and you can see a live video feed of them at the door as you begin to hear a muffled sort of sound, and your witch sort of senses of the ward you guys put for like a seeking warning sort of ward is sounding off in your guys' mind as you know that someone's at the front door, and you hear the sounds of like and then a pop as the witches in the center room who are murmuring in their Ugg boots and everything are currently just like freaking out at the sound of a pop and crackle and an explosion. Now, for those of you who have rapid reflexes, you are never surprised at this. So you can always move however you wish. You can react however you'd like. For the most of everyone, they're kind of surprised because they don't have a live video feed and they don't know what's going on. As Otis and Zoram, you guys, and Susie, you guys get up from your chair and kind of like look around. You can see smoke coming. Susie?
I was to say, as soon as that happens, because I still would have Blink activate, and I am top of the shelf and like crouched down immediately and am looking towards where that came from.
Perfect. So, Sandra?
Yes, I have a question. So with Future Sight, what does that do? Sorry.
So you can choose to
That's a good
like just look into the future based upon your role and the amount of successes you can see further into the future depending. And then so you can go to roll that right now if you'd like to. And then Ash, what do you want to do?
Ash has rapid reflexes. And so Ash would upon hearing the new recruits, Ash cares about the people underneath her. They're going to rush to protect.
Perfect. So you head out immediately, going faster than a normal human could react as you make your way to the center room as everyone's lifting out of their chairs, and you see moving at the same pace and speed as you is Susie as she's clamoring for the top of a shelf and like looking down and everything. You do see smoke bellowing into the front sort of area as you can also smell some distinct smells of some sort of explosion or material as you hear the sounds of very heavily armored what seem to be troops, Second Inquisition troops, rushing in. Now as well as all the witches, at least that I've been around for a while, that the Second Inquisition are a big threat to you guys because for all of your magical abilities, you're still human. And for no matter how aesthetically pleasing your outfits are, they can't stop bullets, at least to your knowledge. So
Then immediately upon seeing that, I all cute sassiness, decorum, character is gone.
Mhm.
And they immediately just scream, I'm going to scream, Inquisitors!
okay, perfect. So everyone is alerted to this as you roll a 4. Okay, so with a 4, you are able to see. I think it's like 4 minutes into the future or something like that. So with
So
that,
it's 3 minutes per success.
oh, perfect. Okay, good. So you do notice 7 minutes into the future, you look and you can see that your coven is working on crafting a spell to be able to summon a demon to help you guys out. And that seems to cause a lot of chaos for the Second Inquisition as it's huge, it's powerful, and they can at least do that because there's enough of them. There's like 25 of them gathered around, and with their aesthetically pleasing outfits, they can pour enough magical energy into summoning it. So that's probably the best bet right now, but you can't quite see into the future because it's kind of hazy and sort of skipping around a little bit.
Okay.
Nah?
Would she see the bats flying in? Because that's what he's going to be doing very soon.
We're gonna say yes. You see the bats, some sort of bats. The vampires are aiding you guys in this endeavor. And okay, Robert.
As then I see the bats, and I'm assuming they sent the bats in because they're vampires. I say, I yell out, Vamps, if you help us with this, then I'll consider your request heavily.
You could hear her yell from the back room as they're all pouring out of this. So really quick, Zoram, what would you like to do in this situation?
I would like to stand by Susie and just be on standby and prepare for
Look
the
out, sir.
worst.
Yeah. You also climb on the shelf. Yeah.
Yes.
I was gonna say you have to actually climb up the shelf though, because I just ran up it and I'm hanging out up there in like anime style.
I see. Well, I make my way slowly but surely. And I have some rope. So we'll get there.
All right. Evie, what would you like to do in this situation?
Evie is going to also be concerned about like the newer members who aren't prepared for this, going to try to like get out there as quickly as possible.
Perfect. So you shout out commands to some of the Coven members as they're beginning to scatter, as they hold up their hands, ready to do Naruto symbols in order to do their spell crafting and everything. And all right, Otis, what would you like to do?
Quick question. What exactly does Cloak of Shadows do?
Cloak of Shadows. Does it have a page number?
261.
261. Thank you. Cloak of Shadows. Standing perfectly still, the user blends into the surroundings. As long as they have some kind of cover, make no sound, and don't move. Only mechanical or supernatural means can detect them. So as long as you don't do anything and just sit in your chair, no one will see you.
All right, I'm going to pull a Drax and remain perfectly still.
Perfect. And you go, whoop, and no one can see you at that point. As this room is being into the IKEA, people are starting to filter in. There's about we're gonna say 4 people that are coming in now. In this scene, we're gonna say, how many are you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, 7 people. Wow. All right. So there's going to be, we're going to say 4 soldiers that you guys have to fight. Now the rest of the Coven are fighting in the background with the other soldiers that are in this, building and everything like that. But this is your guys' scene as they're piling in. They're heavily decked out in body armor, and automatic rifles and everything. And there's laser pointers that are pointing at some of the Coven members and like opening fire and everything. So, what we're gonna do is in this living room section with all these chairs and everything is the sort of the battlefield where these soldiers are, and we're gonna have them take some shots at the first Coven members that they sort of see, which will be these ones, and then we're gonna go over to I think we're gonna go with Sandra, that way she can order people around if she wants to.
Ash is also already in the room.
The thick of it. Okay.
Yeah, Ash. Yeah, that was the rapid reflexes. Is Ash? Yeah, as soon as they heard somebody screaming.
Perfect. So we're going to say that you act first then. So what happens is that you appear in this room. Do you defend your Coven members, or are you just kind of like trying to direct them?
Yeah, so I am going to right off the bat, I'm going to use my soaring leap so I can jump 19 feet. And I was hoping to use that laterally.
Okay. Like pounce on someone?
Not pounce on somebody, but I want to appear smack in the middle of all four of these guys. So like they can't shoot me without shooting at each other.
Okay, perfect. So what happens in this moment is that one of them does like spot you as you appear sort of in the room and opens fire on you. Now your rapid reflexes does come to play here. So what you're gonna need to roll is, let me see here. With this power, vampires suffer no penalty to their defense pools for lack of cover against firearm attacks. Okay, so you'll have to do a dexterity, and you can either do celerity or you can do athletics, whatever you'd like to do to try to like bullet time these bullets.
Oh, wait, we have rerolls. We have rerolls, right?
You do have rerolls. This would be a great time to use it because they got 4 successes.
Great. I got 1.
You got 1 success?
Is there
so you counter one of them as oh, anything else? You can pop a willpower and reroll 3 if
that
you
was
like.
before the reroll. This
Oh,
is
okay,
the reroll. Did it do it? Did it do it? I don't think it did it. Okay, I got 3 successes. One of them is a dagger with 2 stars, but then one of them is also a red dagger. So I assume that is a critical fail.
Correct. So we're gonna say that something goes wrong as like you are able to dodge as you pour into your magical abilities and has it amplify your body further, but it kind of exhausts you almost immediately. As you do make it, you bypass all the bullets. They go harmlessly into the furniture, whizzing by Otis as you're calmly just sitting down. And you do see that they do miss you. And then you make your way into the middle of the soldiers like you wanted, but you trip and fall in the middle of them. And you're not like ready for them to, we're not ready to combat them yet. So that was one of the soldiers. The other one's gonna try to point over to one of the other Coven members. Evie and Cassandra, you are in the room currently. So if you want to try to like, look out, sir, try to take a bullet for someone, you can absolutely do so. But they will go ahead and open fire. And do you guys want to take any bullets for anyone, or do you want to simply let it happen?
Depends Coven members.
There are 25 and there's 200 coming, so if you lose some, that's like, you know.
Yeah, I would say Evie's probably.
These kids trust us.
Okay, but you know, hardship and all.
In the contract is that everyone had to sign. They said they might be able to die or might, death is a possibility. Okay.
Job
Death
description.
might become her.
So you do see as okay, perfect. So Zoram is using his rapid reflexes to zoom down from the shelf to try to like take a bullet for one of the Coven members, which is good because they got 3 successes on this. So that would have been spicy for that human being. So you're gonna go ahead and use your rapid reflexes to try to. Oh no, you're gonna take the hit. You have to take the hit. That's right. So you're gonna take 3 superficial damage from this. So what you're gonna do is you can put it on a piece of paper or whatever. So the black dots represent how many health points you have.
I have 5 in
so-
total.
Okay, perfect. So that's 3 superficial. When it fills up to 5, that's when it's going to become aggravated damage, meaning that it's going to be every hit from then on is going to be harder for you to heal through. And if you get 5 maxed out, you're going to be in torpor, where you took so much damage you pretty much go paralyzed, which is very easy for a Second Inquisition member to simply just cut off your head, whatever, to final death you and all that. So you take 3 superficial.
All right, you got it.
And perfect. All right. So now we're going to go to Asandra. What do you want to do?
I say thank you. And yell over, because, And I'm going to. They're in a group, right? Around
Correct.
Ash.
They're
Yeah.
about 5 feet away from each other. Yeah.
Okay. And what's my range on which bolt?
We're going to say 60 feet. Yeah.
Well, so a single attack though on one of them.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot a witch bolt at the one that shot at Ash.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Did you want to tell your Coven members to try to summon the demon? Because
Uh,
you did see that in your future sight that
I
they
did
were
see
summoning it and it was tearing through soldiers. Yeah.
I did see that. What is the battlefield looking like right now?
It's chaos. Every section, the dining room, the kitchen, the bathroom section, all bullet riddled and spells flying left, right, and center. Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna yell to Evie, because I trust you. I say, okay, I looked ahead in the future, and our people, our witches, summoned a demon that helped us a lot in this battle and made the battle in our favor. Could you please help and direct that and be in charge of that with a group of them, a large group of them?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Perfect. And we're going to say that Evie does relay that information, and the witches gather their wits about them and begin to gather into a circle, channel the magical energies, and do Naruto hand signals in order to summon this demon. Yeah. So, Asandra, you want to continue with your attack?
Yes, I would like to attack one of the soldiers. Do I see my mortal enemy?
You do. With the world's largest pompadour, you see Dan Heavensong, the most famous supernatural hunter, as he looks and he goes like, Sandra Silvern, my mortal enemy, as he's like, bam, 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 as he has a crossbow with your name on it.
Dan, here we meet again. Will this never end? I don't want to meet any of your predecessors anymore. I'm done. And what does it mean with the black dots next to him?
So that means that he really hates you. He's very competent as well as a soldier. So he's gunning straight for you. So he's leading this sort of raid. Yeah.
Okay, then I yell, kill him, because he's the leader, please. That guy with the stupid looking pompadour.
As you see him in battle crocs and also taking a huge drag of his vape and then like blowing smoke out as he
God, yeah, you guy with the awful fashion.
Okay, hold on now.
Get rid of him. Get rid of him. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot it down because I can't find him.
He has 2 protection because he has a lot of body armor. So go to roll it.
With Crocs? Come on.
They're tough crocs. And comfortable. And remember, you can spend a willpower to reroll 3 dice, and you have a pool of 5 rerolls. There's also one let it happen that you have access to, as a whole. So whatever moment you think is most important, you can choose to automatically succeed in that situation.
Okay. Actually, do you know what? I'm just gonna. Well, I get per damage, right, as well.
Correct. Yep.
So if I do use the let it happen, does that mean every dice is a success?
Correct. Yes.
Oh, okay.
But you need permission from the group because you only have one as the whole
Oh,
party.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind. Never mind. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Yeah. Okay. Cool. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes out of 7 with 2 damage per, so that's 10 damage.
10 damage. Okay. Perfect. So you summon the biggest Kamehameha anyone's ever seen as you just pour into Dan Heavensong, who tries to dodge out of the way, but he coughs a little bit from his vape and he ends up getting hit in the chest and thrown across the way as he begins to die as his like skin decays and body just sort of melts, and he goes like, my son will take after me and hunt you down, Asandra, as he like dies and crumples
Screw
to
your
the ground.
son. Alright, okay. Anyway.
Perfect. And for everyone else, her backstory is that
25 years later.
exactly. I'm here again. Yeah. So that's essentially what it is. There's like multiple generations of Dan Heavensongs who have tried to hunt Asandra down, and she cannot be stopped by them. They're not the most competent of witch hunters. So
Well,
after that,
not
it's-
only can she not be stopped by them, she apparently swats them away like flies.
One tap.
exactly. Okay.
Yeah, just like, okay, bye girl.
You will have to make a rouse check. So go ahead, Asandra, and roll a 1d10 and let me know if you get a 6 or higher. If you get a 5 or lower, magic gets started to get volatile and chaotic.
Okay, cool. Sick. Just what I want. That is a 4.
A 4? Okay. So from here on out, you have to roll a, like, we'll just say chaos die, and which will be similar to a hunger die. Which if you get a 6 or above, everything goes as normal. If you get lower, narratively, there's a complication. If you get a 1, something bad backfires and happens to you. So after that, it's gonna go ahead and go to we're gonna go with Evie.
Okay. So after having just given the instructions to the Coven members to kind of begin summoning the demon, if I were wanting to use blind, what's the range I have on that?
It'll be 60 feet. We'll say.
Oh, okay. Would it be safe to say there's still some of these second Inquisition?
Yeah, there's 3 that are currently in the immediate vicinity that you guys are fighting. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And is blind like a single target?
Yes, it'll be a single target. Yeah.
Perfect. Whichever one is closest to her, she would like to try to blind.
Perfect. Okay. So go to roll for it.
5. Oof, no. 1 success.
1 success. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's gonna try to counter it. Which dexterity? And...
We have rerolls.
Oh, we do have
That's
rerolls.
true. You can use some if you want.
I will reroll
There's
one of
5
those.
rerolls.
Guys.
Yeah.
Read
So
the
go down to
roll.
4. And
So,
then
2 successes.
2 successes. Okay. And they got only 1 success, so you are able to succeed. So for their next turn, they are blind, which are going to remove 2 from the dice pool. Okay, perfect. And after that, we're going to go to Susie, who's up in the shelf, looking from down and seeing people get torn apart by bullets, soldiers getting torn apart by spells.
None
I
of them
hold
are
my
attacking
action.
me.
Yeah, because you hit, so no one notices you yet.
Granted, she's all filled with rage emotions. So, I think, and you said that there were like laser pointers like at the Coven members and stuff.
Correct.
Like, then I have the question of, is there one pointed at Evie?
Yes, there is one. So you see that she casted her magic and poured a giant like black beam into the eyesight of one of the soldiers, and they've gone momentarily like blind. And another soldier saw that effect and immediately pointed their laser or their gun at Evie, and there's a big old dart on her chest.
Then using her blink again, she will blink right in front of them, and then she's going to hopefully shove her hand up through his chest and into his mouth.
Okay, go ahead and roll it, and then we're gonna see what happens.
Okay.
You might end up tickling him.
We might. We might.
You just hear a pin click.
Yeah. All right. Reach human saw. Yeah. There.
Okay, that's what we're doing. How many? What's the difficulty?
Go ahead and roll and see how many successes you get, and you're gonna just combat him.
I got 5 successes.
Five
One
successes,
of them
okay.
on my hunger dice was the critical, so it's a messy
So
critical.
messy crit. Okay. Yeah, he failed all of his rolls. So he's like so trained on Eevee that he doesn't even notice you appear next to him as your eyes go red and like you have Batista sort of veins that are just bulging, and you take your hand and you shove it into his stomach, and you had 5
Like-
successes, right?
Yeah, and it like goes up through his like up into like the bottom of his jaws. She just like, yeah, she's
We're gonna say so.
she's
he
trying
does have-
to like go into like, I mean, if she doesn't get there on the first round and he doesn't manage to pull off, that's her end goal, is just
Yeah, so he does have 2 protections. So what happens is that it reduces your successes by 2. So he takes 3 damage out of 5. So you put your hand into his stomach and holding his guts as it's
yeah.
painful enough for him to like misfire and shoot up and just like wince in pain as he looks to you in horror as he's like, I just got married. And
yeah, well, her eyes are glaring red and her teeth are bared, and she just kind of looks at him and just like,
and
shouldn't have come here.
go ahead and roll a hunger your hunger dice. Oh, you got a messy
Oh.
crit. That's right. You
Yeah,
so
I
you're fine.
definitely
Yeah.
went up a hunger though, right? If it's a messy critical, or is that
if
only
you
a
get,
failure?
If you get a 1, yeah, if you get a bestial failure, then you'll get a hunger die, or if you fail a rouse check. But you could feed on him as well, like next turn, obviously.
Oh, yeah,
to
that's
lower your
happening.
hunger. Yeah.
I'm hungry.
So, after that, we're gonna go to Otis and Na. So, Otis, are you just gonna sit in the chair and just kind of observe everything going on while you're like checking your clipboard?
Yeah, I don't want to get fired or die, so that's what I'm doing.
Perfect. And these are second Inquisition members for sure. Na.
Na is going to use Feral Whisper to summon all the bats in the area to come flying through every entrance, as he's also opened up every window to IKEA because they're all technologically hit. So everything's like all these windows fly open, all the doors fly open, and then bats just
I'm sorry. Have you seen an IKEA building?
in my
There are
world.
no windows.
Okay, the hatches open up on top.
Narratively, we'll say yeah. So, bats do filter into this area.
I'm like,
Do
that's my only thing with IKEA. It's just like, there is no outside.
Do you want? What is your goal here? To attack or to kind of like reduce visibility for the soldiers?
So one, just to cause mass chaos, blinding the fighter, the Second Inquisition, to use one as chaos so people can get upper hands on him, and at that same time, Na is going to start maneuvering his big lanky body to protect any other witches, and then we'll systematically start popping heads like dandelions because he's strong like that.
So go ahead and roll. We're gonna say, and is that ability like a discipline?
Yeah, animalism. Yeah. So
Okay.
it'll yep.
Yeah.
It's,
So
on,
go to
it's on
roll,
page 246 if you want to check it out.
Whichever attribute you think is relevant, and then also your animalism, to see how successful it is to blind or even attack these soldiers. Yeah.
All right. So that is 5. That is 6 successes.
Yeah, you succeed as they pour in like and a lot of them have face masks and they have like goggles and everything like that just in case the lights go out or anything, and it's just completely obstructing their vision and it's freaking them out as they're firing on everything they see. And then you said you're gonna head over to try to defend the Coven members, right?
Yes. Yeah. So basically walking, and as soon as I see a Second Inquisition just coming up to the back of his head, and
Okay, perfect. So we're gonna go ahead and roll your strength and brawl, melee, whatever you feel is relevant.
Yes.
For this, if you have a weapon or anything.
Nope.
And then
Just-
next up will be Ash.
that will be 4 successes.
Horses. Okay. So that's now. Do you want to attack Susie's target or do you want to attack a fresh soldier?
I would basically, yes, I would actually go for a new target. Probably one of the 4 that Ash has centered themselves inside of. 4 on 1 is not fair.
Okay. And then Dan is dead. He lived a good life. Okay, so Ash, it is now you. There's two severely wounded soldiers, and there's one that is blind and full health.
Great. The two severely wounded ones, are they still standing?
Yes, one of them has a forearm like embedded in their stomach, and the other one has like a broken collarbone as they're like screaming out in pain as Na is looming over them.
Cool. Okay, but they're both engaged. And you said that at the end of the last turn, because of my one crit fail, I tripped and fell. And so I am now on the ground.
Mhm.
And so from the ground, I want to do that really cool leg sweepy shit.
Okay.
Um,
You will do strength and athletics. However, if you have a discipline that says like lethal body or whatever, you can absolutely activate that if you want.
I do. I
Right.
do have lethal body, which says unarmed unarmed attacks deal a damage.
Aggravated
is
damage,
A?
yeah. Aggravated damage, yeah. So if you were fighting a vampire, that would do massive damage to them. So you pretty much turn into a Hulk for a little bit. Krav Maga, yeah. There you go. All right, so go ahead and do strength, and then your I think potency is that the discipline that's under.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll those.
Can I use my whip and use my melee?
It depends. It specifically says unarmed strikes will be amplified. So if you want to have that happen, you can do that. Otherwise, you can not use potency and simply do strength and your melee, whichever you feel is more beneficial.
Yeah, because because they're humans, right? So all of my attacks are going to be aggravated anyways. Yeah.
Depending, yeah. So, correct. Your spells absolutely will be aggravated. Your melee attacks, they may be superficial because they do have body armor on, depending on how many successes you get. Yeah.
All right. Okay. She's starting to grasp the system. In that case, yeah. In that case, I think I'm going to, from the ground, I'm going to grab the whip at my side and I am going to take it off of whatever everybody's going to watch me whip and watch me nay nay. I'm going to take it off of whatever harness holster you put whips into, and do a nice big sweep around my head so it's all at like kneecap length.
Yeah.
Or kneecap height. And try to get, I don't know if I can try and do a multi-attack against multiple people. And if not, then I'm going to go and try and go against the dude that is not currently engaged with one of the vampires.
Okay. So that one's the one that's blinded. So he's extremely vulnerable. So you can absolutely go ahead and roll your stuff.
Great. That is 4 successes.
Perfect. It's reduced by 2 for his body armor, but yeah, you did hefty blow as you see it hit his knee and his knee buckles as he falls to the ground, shooting aimlessly as he can't see at all because he's completely blind for the next few minutes. And Zoram.
And can I stand up with that?
Absolutely,
too?
yeah.
Yo, all right. So I have 3 weapons: a film gun, a tripod, and an XLR cable. I would like, because I'm a producer for OnlyFans. All right.
Oh, perfect. There you go.
Yeah. So I would like to use my XLR cable to put somebody and tie them up.
Huh?
Person with the healthiest HP bar.
All right, that would be the one.
Damn, he really is a producer for OnlyFans.
OnlyFans, yes. Tie you up. Hello. And that's
that would be the one that Ash just struck, who's on the ground currently. So they are going to be pretty vulnerable because they're 1 blind and 2 they cannot no longer use their right leg, at least put weight on it. So go ahead and roll.
I'm rolling for it.
We're going to say it's going to be strength or dexterity and then melee or crafts, whatever you feel is relevant.
Let's do strength and dexterity.
Strength, dexterity, go for it.
All right, so 4 rolls. Here we go. Hello. 8, 10,
That's a crit.
8, 7. So that's 5 out of 4 successes.
Yeah. So
Tie
with
them
5
up.
out of 4, you absolutely do it as you like take the gun out of their hand, pull their arms behind their back, and then tie them up as they strangle and try to. And they're like, "Why did I just become an accountant like my parents told me to be?" As they're like fearing for their life. And after that, it's gonna go to let's go back to Asandra.
So it seems like everyone's got someone to deal with, right?
Correct. There are 3 wounded currently.
Oh, I got it. Okay, I'm gonna use Future Sight again.
Okay.
Just to see what's happening. Hopefully.
Go for it.
How many is that?
That's right, the demon. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Also, I have that chaos dice I need to roll, I believe.
Yes, yeah. So
Yes.
you
So roll that first or after?
wow, your coven is doing great as their aesthetically pleasing robes end up working their magic literally, and the demon begins to pour forth as the air goes completely stale, and the temperature drops tremendously as the lights start to flicker, and everyone feels a sense of dread, the witches as well as the vampires and the Second Inquisition, as there's a momentarily sort of like pause as there's a huge snap and a crack as a giant demon appears that is large, it is hulky. No, we're gonna make this different. We're gonna say it's a 5'3" yandere looking girl, as she looks extremely insane and has a, a kitchen knife, and looks extremely just deranged as she walks abnormally, crab walks, all the sort of thing, and begins to target the Second Inquisition members, slaying them left, right, and center. So going back to Asandra, go ahead and roll.
Wait, so I just saw that happen, right?
Yeah, for sure. You
Oh,
saw that
okay.
happen. You're like, demon, yes, and then yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna do that. What do I do with the chaos dice? So I roll before or after? Sorry.
You'll do it afterwards.
After. Okay. That is 4 successes.
Okay. So with 4 successes, now you're gonna roll your chaos die and see what you get.
I don't wanna.
Just to see how this influences it.
Oops, dropped it. Nice. That's smooth. Ah, 6.
A 6? Okay, so that works. So you're able to cast it without any fear of anything happening. So when you look into the future, you can definitely see that this demon gets a little too out of control. For whatever reason, you're unsure to see that aspect, but you guys are all putting together your efforts to take down this demon. So as you come back to the present, you see that the Yandere is doing its job and like slaying through soldiers. But sure enough, there's a Second Inquisition soldier that is targeting a witch that's in the circle, that's channeling it to control it, and is getting like shot up at this current moment. And yeah, that's what you see at this point. Do you want to yell anything to anyone or tell anyone anything?
Is it like sentient? It is sentient, I'm assuming then.
Correct. Yep.
Oh. Okay, so wait, Ash is in the middle of that bit, right? Fighting the blind one.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Evie, what is Evie doing?
Evie is currently blinding. She was blinding an actual target and just helping out in the fight. Yeah.
Okay, general. Okay, cool. My brain. Okay.
And if you want to hold
Mass
your action, go for it.
Mass text. I'm gonna group chat this, and I'm gonna send a GIF of Yandere and the like scary knife, and I'm gonna text saying she's gonna go haywire. We need to end her after. Yeah, we need to end her. Like, yeah, that's it. That's what I'm gonna say.
Perfect. So I just noticed the time, so I'm so sorry. So we're gonna go ahead, and what happens is that this Yandere goes haywire at this moment and begins to just slay all the Second Inquisition. But then when that witch dies and falls to the ground, and life leaves her body, you see that the controlling of the demon is so immense of a process that they're unable to do it since the circle is now broken, and they kind of, a small explosion happens in the middle of that summoning circle, and they all go flying, go unconscious, hitting the walls with everything, and this demon suddenly stops in its tracks as it now becomes hostile towards all targets and begins to cut into the Coven members and cut into the Second Inquisition, and it's now gone haywire. As your final boss battle is going to be this demon, this yandere, who looks like a small, high school girl with a sickly crush on you all, and especially Na. And yes, so starting off, we're gonna go back up to Evie. You're the first one to react.
Okay, Evie at this point, full offense, not even trying to be supportive, just gonna try to cast a witch bolt at it.
Go for it.
Maybe humanity plus three. Let's see here. Okay, it's only 2 successes.
You do have rerolls if you want to do it. You also have access to the let it happen whenever you guys want to use that and everything. Yeah.
Okay. I will use one of those rerolls if y'all don't
Go for it.
mind.
You're at 3 rerolls remaining.
That's an additional success. So
Okay, good. And do you have 1 damage per success or 2 damage?
that is 1 damage per success. So it'll be 3 damage.
Okay, perfect. So you know that this creature has 2 protection.
Or my witch bolt says 2 damage per success.
Correct. So you and Asandra are powerful in the offensive abilities, and then Evie has more of a hindrance, sort of like sorcery sort of thing. Yeah. So it's like slightly
that's
different.
so fucking cool.
Yeah. And then okay. So after that, it's gonna go over to Susie. You still have the Second Inquisition member like on your arm and everything, as he kind of looks over to see the demon, and he's like, oh god, as he tries to hide behind you while he has your arm in him.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take him around, like almost like basically at this point she's just kind of like, okay, whatever, and just like is gonna drain him of all of his life.
Okay, perfect. So you feed on him as you like rip off his helmet, and then you just like see terror in his eyes as he's not even looking at you. He's looking at the demon, the Yandere girl, as she like skips like playfully and just like in his blink of an eye, and men are just like cut down, and women and non-binary as they die. So you feed on him. Your hunger goes down to 0.
And I lose a humanity.
And you lose a humanity, correct. As you're like, this is pretty awesome. This is pretty dope. As you feel stronger than you
Yes, I do. As she finishes him, she throws him off of her arm and like looks up directly at Evie. Like, I mean, it's like pretty much just like there's a definitive change in her visage a little bit, like just more
not
bestial,
to mention
letting go of
Steve, this soldier, was high on cocaine before he got in here. So you're gonna get a 1 extra die to all combat rolls as you like your eyes dilate as you have blood all over you. And
it'll be a damn good party.
That's a lot.
Okay,
that's so much.
She's just gonna start talking nonstop, like about everything and everything. She's gonna be great, and I don't know that.
I can finish my cosplay immediately. Cocaine is awesome. You're just like super like.
I live in Los Angeles. This is hitting a little too close to home.
Okay, so going over.
PSA, don't do drugs.
Yeah, right there.
Okay, so Otis and Ronan want to do 2 different things, but I think I'm gonna try to do the same thing. So Otis is going to go up to the little girl and just talk to her like, obviously you're a little girl. I don't hit little girls. Last time I did that didn't end well. And that's his sort of strategy, is just to sort of talk to her.
Okay.
Ronan's attempt is though to cause a distraction so somebody else can actually do something, because he has 0 combat skills at all, but he's pretty good at persuasion and things like that and performance.
I did give you a gun, so that's like good.
I have a gun?
I think so. If you go to firearms, it should be like something in there. Maybe. I don't know if I.
Wow.
Might be something else.
do not think I've I have
You
no
don't, okay, right.
firearm.
Never mind. I lied to you.
I have
Yeah.
a gun.
There are guns on the ground though from dead soldiers if you want to pick them up. But
Just not 100% certain he'd know what to do with it. But yeah, we can give that a shot too.
is this
He'll-
loaded? As you
Yeah. Yeah, he has no idea what a safety is. Yeah, he'll give it a shot. He'll pick one up before he stands up while he's still sort of concealed. Then he'll talk to her to try to get her off guard and then try to shoot
Yeah,
her.
and you definitely know that this demon can see you as you're like scribbling down notes and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. You can see that the demon does look at you. And okay, so you go and grab one of the assault rifles, you point it, and you think that's the trigger, and you pull on it. So go ahead and roll your dexterity plus your firearm. Yeah. And this demon is coming towards you, Otis.
Dope. Only have 2. So there's that.
Singing a happy little lullaby in her little Victorian dress, just prancing towards you slowly, Ronan.
I only have 2 die. Both of those failed. So I'm going to use one of those rerolls.
Go for it. And you do see her like doing the scary, like dragging the knife on the wall.
Oh no, he's
getting
terrified.
Deep into it, yeah.
He only got 1 success at that time.
Okay, so 1 success. She has 2 protection. So her Victorian schoolgirl outfit deflects that bullet. And oh my god! All right, so
Otis
she
is dead.
got 4 successes with her knife onto you. So you're gonna take 4 aggravated damage as she just like rushes over and stab, swipe into you. So
Cool.
what that means is that when you reach your full health bar is like tapped out, you go into torpor, which you fall over and you're paralyzed essentially. And okay, how are you doing by the way?
Oh, I'm fell over. I'm paralyzed.
Okay. So you see Otis, the vampiric inspector, is down on the ground and he's bleeding and everything. So after that, we're gonna go to Ash. Oh, you're muted.
All right.
There you
Now
go,
I'm
yeah.
not muted. Ash. I assume we can only do like a thing per turn. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so. That way, one person is doing like 8 things, and yeah.
Cool. Then how far away am I?
You're gonna be about, well, now Otis was like, we're gonna say 25 feet from Dianade, who's like just stabbing into Otis like nonstop.
Great. Not great that it's stabbing into you. I'm very sorry about that.
Better than me.
I am going to run forward a few feet and then leap my way into the middle of that.
Okay, so you leap your way. Your
Do
mortal
we
form
see a
arrives.
theme?
You arrive, Otis. You can feel everything. You can see everything. You can hear everything, but you cannot move. As this demon is stabbing into you, chunks of your flesh are falling off and everything.
The old
And
stab woman's got it.
yep. So Ash, you have arrived. What would you like to do?
Ash is then going to I would know that this bitch is the aggravated damage with the nod.
Oh yeah, she hits hard.
Great. I'm gonna use the lethal body then instead of the whip, because
Okay.
this is when I would want to do that, right? I see Ben nodding his head. I think that means yes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
You like
Alright,
tear off your
so
sleeve, and your arm
that's,
turns into like a power lifter as nails, black talons grow, and yeah.
So that's gonna be a 3 plus my potence,
Mhm.
which is a 5. That's 3 successes.
Perfect. Okay. And there we go. As you like claw into her, you stab into her and everything, and you see chunks of her flesh start going as black ichor is falling. And the closer you get to her, the more terror you're feeling. As you're like, this shit is not natural. And Asandra,
No, duh. We just summoned it using a demon summoning circle.
it
I
is
wasn't
true.
expecting it to be natural.
I wanna cast mind control on it.
Okay. So you head over. You temple touch as you're trying to pour into your witch abilities, and go to roll.
That is
Ooh.
7 successes.
They got 1, so you absolutely succeed.
Yeah, and my chaos dice. I need to roll my chaos dice. Not done.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, that is a 6.
A 6. Perfect. You are in control. So you are the head witch in charge as you prove this right now, as your body, like kind of like Scarlet Witch, rises up and arcane energy pours off of you as you pour all of your energy into mind controlling this demon as it stops, unless you want it to keep stabbing Otis, but it like stops mid stab into Otis and kind of like locks eyes with you, but cannot move, cannot do anything in its current state. What would you like it to do? And narratively speaking, you can banish it if you'd like, to sever its connection.
Can we kill it? Is it killable? Do I know if it's killable?
If you kill it, it's just gonna go back to the demonic plane and remain there until it's like summoned to the mortal plane again. There is, you as a witch know have a lot of knowledge about demons and everything. So you know that if you bring it back to the summoning circle, you can banish it and it'll be gone from this. But yeah.
Okay. So my eyes go like pitch black, absolute eclipse. And I boom enough and say, come to the center of this room now.
Okay. Reluctantly, hesitantly, it does clamber sort of over, not naturally, as it sort of like tries to resist your strain, but it's not working too well. And it goes exactly where you'd like it to.
Now stay still.
It does so.
Now everyone, attack at once.
Perfect. So now it's going to go to Na.
What obviously, if I know the lore of these types of demons, since they are go nuts because they lost their loved one, that tends to be the characteristic of said anime, if I'm not mistaken. The demon's probably very melancholy and sad. And that's the resonance.
Oh, don't tell me that. Are you trying to make me build empathy for our enemy?
And that's the type of resonance that Na is drawn to. So he's going to feed.
Okay. So you head over, you lurch over to this 5'4" yandere demon, and you pull her head over and then just feed onto her neck. As you have tremendous power like pour through you essentially as you are feeding on this neck. We're gonna do a strength, and we're gonna say melee or whatever you think is appropriate for this.
Sure.
See how much damage you do.
All right.
And you get your resonance for sure.
All right, sounds good. That is 6 successes.
Wow.
Lots of stars.
She looks extremely weak as you're not just like feeding on her neck, you're like gnawing on it, mauling it, and there's only a sliver of her neck left as she seems to show no signs of pain as she continues to look at specifically Otis. Even though she's getting mauled, she won't leave her eyes will never leave Otis as you are paralyzed there still. Now you can choose to make a willpower roll to see if you can break out of this torpor. What you're going to do is you're going to take all your remaining willpower dice and you're going to roll it, and then you're going to try to get, I think it's like a success. Is that right, Ben?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
He just needs to, get his blood.
So I roll all of my willpower dice?
Correct. Yeah. Or you can choose one if you want to. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, that's right. You can one at a time. Yeah.
One at a time. Fail.
Okay. You're still stuck there. So you're like, well, so after that, we're going to go over to Zoram.
Yes. I would like to chuck my tripod into, well, who's near me? Who's next to me? Like ally.
It is going to be, we'll say you're right next to Susie.
Susie, should I aim for the eyeball or for the knee to immobilize it furthermore?
At this point, Susie is like just complete brouhaha, like murder mode, and is zeroed in on it and just kind of like doesn't even look over and is just like, I don't know, just kill it. As she's getting ready to like lunge
At
forward.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Therefore, I shall aim for the throat with my tripod. I would chuck
As
it
you're like,
as
"Ah!"
I would chuck it like a spear. All right,
Okay.
because
so
I'm
go
not
to
getting
roll,
near it.
your strength.
It's like
or
a
we'll say
deadly
since you're
circuit city.
since it's actually you're throwing it, we're gonna go dexterity and then melee, I guess, for something you're throwing.
Oof, looking rough. I have 3 rolls. Here we go. 8, 9, 1.
891. Okay, so that is negated by the cheat protection. So you throw it, it hits, and then it simply just doesn't. Do that much damage as the tripod shatters and breaks onto the ground.
That was $60.
Evie.
Evie, I think, realized her attack was not as strong as her Coven members. So go back to her specialty. I'm gonna try to blind it. Just
Okay.
try to offset. Be... Okay, that's 2 successes.
That works. She's extremely vulnerable right now because of the mind control. So you see her eyes get filled with darkness as she's unable to see, which leads us to Susie.
Susie isn't going to, like, she just sees blood pouring from it and gnaws on it, and she sees the weird, like, black spell blob go into its face again, and she's completely in just a frenzy of murder, rage, murder. And so she's gonna go take all of her rage out on it, and is just gonna come up like and maul the crap out of him on the other side of the little bit of neck that's remaining. Not necessarily to feed. She's not hungry. She's just
Damage.
chewing and punching and taking out all of her rage on corporate America out on this demon.
Perfect.
That's where she's at.
Go ahead and roll your strength and melee, or strength and brawl, or
Okay.
if you have any potence or anything else you want to use, you could use those.
Nah, she's just gonna fuck
Okay.
ooh! That is 5 successes because one of them was critical. Think.
Perfect. We're gonna say that you do not. We're gonna say this a little bit differently, where you take all your rage out, corporate America, Evie, the whole situation of your life being snatched away from you.
America and Evie.
Exactly, yeah. The worst things. So you're gonna jut your hands into the chest of this yandere and then grab at the ribs and just tear apart as black ichor goes flying everywhere as you're holding pieces of its ribcage. And within your hands and even like the body just melts to black ichor as the demon goes away from this plane and goes straight back into the planes below and all that kind of stuff. Ben?
Na is now going to head straight to Otis and slit his wrist and drop Vitae into his mouth so that'll restore him and bring him back.
Perfect. So notice you for all of Na's supposed faults and everything, thank you guys for the raid. Love you, Stelluna. You're amazing. For all of Na's faults, his blood is pretty darn amazing. It's like barbecue sauce, as it tastes great, and you begin to heal immediately as the stab wounds begin to close, and you gain control of yourself.
You still suck.
As you're like getting up. Perfect. Yeah.
Little does he
so-
know that he's going to be blood bond to me anyway.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is true. So you drink another vampire's blood. So, okay. So what happens in this moment is that there is a moment of peace as you count the dead and all the Second Inquisition soldiers fell or fled. The Coven members, 7 of them died in a brutal way, and everyone's recovering from this sort of situation as everyone's catching their breath, at least those that can breathe. And Asandra, you kind of look over to Susie and the other vampires, and you realize that you probably would not have been able to take care of this on your own because these soldiers would have outnumbered you guys, and Na's prowess, Susie's, power, and Zoram's reflexes and everything, and Otis was just kind of like helped out tremendously in the situation. Yeah, you have the scene.
She kind of levitates back down from her floatingness, and she'll land daintily on her heels, and she'll say, I suppose the thank you is in order to you, Vamps. Do appreciate the support. I look to my Coven and Evie and Ash and kind of say, I think we should all say thank you, because I don't think we'd all be here otherwise.
Thank you. And say all.
Sorry about the phone and about your friends.
Yeah, we will have to deal with this loss. We feel it dearly within our sisterhood. But I suppose, in a weird, twisted way, we must repay your kindness. We seem to have less bodies now to create outfits for, so we may have some material to spare.
Yeah, it's not exactly the reason. Yeah.
Take it.
I
saved as many as I could.
I took a bullet. You better take that.
I appreciate it. I'm just sorry it's under these circumstances or reasons.
Don't worry about it, honestly. We'll manage, right, guys? My turn to my second and third in command.
Maybe looks over at Susie, and like for like just a really, really brief moment, seeing Susie in this state, she looks very sad momentarily. But then very quickly, well, don't let the fabric go to waste, I guess. You only have what, a week?
Yep, only got a couple pieces left, so I should be good.
As you're
Feeling
covered in
pretty-
blood and your fangs are protruding.
Yeah, feeling pretty awake, so I don't know why I'm feeling really energetic now, though. This is...
Ash already has their hair up, and they are going around and tending to the youngest, newest wounded members of the Coven. And yeah, just upon hearing Asandra say we'll be all right and look at them, they look back, they give a quick nod, and they're right back to work.
Perfect. So you guys, like in Fantasia, you summon brooms to magically sweep and like pick up the bodies and take care of that all kind of stuff. And so you get the bolt of fabric, like, and more so as you get everything you need to, and you sort of are getting everything settled. Now, Susie and Evie, now you did like have a small exchange. Would you guys like to expand upon that exchange a little bit more, or do you feel like you're good with that?
I think as Susie's like getting ready to walk away, I'm sure like Otis is already scurrying or waddling out the front door. Yeah, I'm sure they're taking notes. Followed by or not, I don't know. Zoram is also chilling there. She's just gonna kind of like linger back for a second. You going this year?
Every year. After all, I have a reputation to uphold.
Yeah, well, you'll see me there, so don't disappoint, right? Won't be as much fun to win if you don't try. And she just like kind of starts to walk out and then stops.
Big assumption, you think you can win, but I'll see you there.
Yeah. And like turns her back and starts to walk out, and like under her breath, glad you didn't get hurt, and then like walks faster away, like
Perfect. So you guys kind of separate and everything as the witches ABJ takes care of their own and cleans up everything for this whole mess in IKEA to get everything ready for the store to open tomorrow and everything. So you guys are all walking back to the Ford Focus exhausted as you have like, you know, stab wounds in your fine shirt from Target and everything like that. So you have to give her her review for, so Na and Otis, what do you think of the evaluation of Susie as she has somehow some way made a connection with these witches, a positive one that has not happened with vampires and witches for a long time.
Well, the way I see it is you got some issues with controlling yourself in front of other people. But I'm fairly certain that we broke about 400 vampire laws just a minute ago. And explaining the fact that we just didn't find you would be a lot easier than explaining all of this shit. So you're good in my book.
Are you sure? Like, okay.
Nope, don't want to tell anybody about this.
Okay. Well, I did take a couple of pictures while you were in torpor. Look, this one, your mouth is all like, look.
I still have these if you want to.
But just, you know, I can send it to you. It's kind of just like a moment. No, I'll delete it.
Yep.
Now you have access to all the photos from both sides.
No, it's like I can just delete all these. He would put his hand on Susie, big, you know, basketball player, like long finger hand. I've read all her receipts. She cares about you, like you care about her.
Who? What? I don't. Yeah. No.
Nah, shut up. What are you even talking about? God,
Yeah.
you're
There's
stupid.
no.
Zoram, you look like it seems like Susie can handle herself, so she might not need a bodyguard. Now you could choose if your character would tell her that outright, if you're like, whatever you think your character would do. Oh, you're muted.
I would like to use compel myself and forget past 5 minutes.
You put up a mirror and just like try your best to remove the PTSD from your mind.
I was not expecting that from Otis and Nah, their maturity. I was gonna use it on them, but you know, mental health.
There you go. Perfect. All right, cool. So you have the fabric in hand. You met Even. You know exactly how she won last year. It was a combination of talent and sorcery. But now you are a vampire. You have your own abilities and your own talent and everything. And such passion and motivation, the power of cocaine at your side to be able to finish your cosplay on time and take it to Phoenix Comic Con. So
Hashtag power of cocaine.
PSA.
I know.
Actually, don't do drugs.
5 o'clock.
We're not
No.
framing this that way.
No.
We're not framing it that way.
No, it's just a joke. She fed on someone who's on cocaine and she got.
We drank the drug blood. Yeah.
There you go.
That's right.
So, with that, you're prepared for the last episode of Phoenix by Night, which is next Saturday. Thank you so much for being here. It was an amazing episode. These are wonderful, talented human beings, and it was so much fun to play this. We're gonna go around the room and have them do their outros and where you can find them next, and where you can find them online and everything. Starting with the King of West Virginia, Ronan. Muted.
Rona
That's the
Fox, you can
best
find me
outro I've
at
ever
Rona
heard.
Fox. Shut up. As long as I can hear myself, I don't care. It's FAWKS, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch, Monday and Wednesday at 6 PST or EST. Sorry, EST.
Perfect. And then going over to Mountain Taker.
Mountain Taker, I will be probably lurking in the background next week on Phoenix by Night, as well as hanging out on other people's Discord channels. And yeah, just supporting my friends.
Perfect. And then going over to Rising Valkyrie.
Hi, I'm Jess. You can find me on Instagram at Rising Valkyrie and on Twitter at Rising Valkyrie J, and also in about 15 hours or so on TIO, the Initiative Order, for Evermore Tales stream. The Samurai and the Dragon.
Hey, please get sleep after the session. I'm so sorry. What
No,
time is
no,
it for
no,
you?
no,
Like
don't
4 a.m.?
apologize. Don't apologize. I don't sleep.
Oh my god. All right. And then going over to Coral.
Hi, friends. My name is Coral Reefer. You can find me on the internet at twitch.tv/queerventuretime, or you can find me on the Twitters at QVentureTime because Queer Venture Time has too many characters. Every Monday we've got Queer Venture Time, the D&D campaign on the channel, and Saturdays I'm there every morning for the Wake and Bake stream. We've also got a bunch of other stuff going on during the day, and straight up, I'm like wondering if I want to go pee and like get my food that I ordered and hop on stream again tonight and do a little bit of games because I haven't video game tonight. So I might be back here in 15 minutes to a half hour. Go follow that channel and you'll see.
Nice. And then going over to Brianna.
Thank you so much for having me, D'Angelo. First and foremost, this was
Absolutely.
so fun. I finally got to play with so many people I wanted to play with, so this was amazing. You can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at Brianna Flame. I also am involved in a couple streams coming up. I just got the okay to share. My next appearance is going to be on Spot Hidden as a guest player next Thursday. They're doing a one-shot ran by the fabulous London Carlisle. Myself, my partner, Nathan, he's at Dungeon Master Discussions on the socials, as well as Cynthia Marie and Margaret Cron are all going to be a part of their one shot for Call of Cthulhu. If you have a chance, stop by next Thursday. It's going to be at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Would love to have everyone in the chat. And hopefully we won't die. So see what happens. But thank you again so much for having me.
Absolutely. And then going over to Zoro.
Yo, my name is Zoram Tomas Mercado Oviedo Ruiz Ventura. I have the whole family tree in my last name, and I'm proud of it. You know what I mean? I am part of Latinx in Games, so if you want to follow our Twitch channel at Latinx in Games, my personal channel is at Zemerker510 because I was born and raised in Oakland. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. Thank you for this opportunity. I hope you all had fun and were entertained and learned a little something about vampires and witches. Passing it down.
Exactly. There you go. Bam. And then our main actress for this evening of this series and everything, and the maker of Umbral Oculus Dice, Taryn Hackett.
Hackett, that's my name. AKA Valrook. Catch me on Instagram at Valrook, a TTRPG streamer, creative human, cat lover, blah blah blah. Person who makes fun of Ronan every chance I freaking get. Umbral Oculus Dice is my baby, and if you want to follow that, UO_dice. I also have a Ko-fi. I do have 2 sets available remaining in my shop at the moment. Before I do a big batch later on, I will also be opening for custom orders soon and commissions and things. So that's going to be a thing that is fun. Catch me tomorrow evening playing a Scottish accent having cat mutant, Forge of Fate over on Casual Campbell's Twitch channel. Monday, catch me for Vault on the Initiative Order, playing a redneck with a gun. And
Nice.
there's a bunch of projects coming up. Just follow the socials and you'll
Far
get all
Realms
the news.
and all that. Logan's Game and all that. Yeah.
So much stuff. Oh my gosh, guys. Oh my gosh.
So
yeah.
Speaking of Umbral Oculus, the winner of tonight's giveaway is actually Zoram, as he won the giveaway. So you're in the Discord already, so I'll make sure to get you connected with Valrook so she can send you your D20 that you rightly earned and everything.
By being a bodyguard.
Hashtag
Exactly.
worst bodyguard.
Did she die? Nope.
Nope.
She didn't even get hurt.
No.
There you go.
I ate things too.
Oh
There you go, there you
yeah.
go.
You're welcome.
So, my name is D'Angelo Murillo. I put this together. I love putting together events to help the community, bring some fun, and yeah. So it was really awesome getting to connect with so many talented performers. And our last episode for Phoenix by Night, at least season 1, is going to be next Saturday with a ton of awesome guests. So it should be really cool. So make sure to stick around for that and everything. And please follow everyone on this. They did great. And we will see you guys later. Bye.